Welcome to the Don't Unfriend Me Show. Matthew Spear from the Don't Unfriend Me Show. Good to have everybody here. I hope everyone is doing super well. Olivia and I are going to be on tonight. We are going to let our good friend Amy get some rest. She has earned it. She has taken some vacation, and she's going to be off for the next few nights. So no problem there, as we will fill in the gaps as we always do. We got a busy night tonight. Judge Overruled. Funny little video we'll start out with. Whoopie Red-Pilled. Linda McMahon takes CNN to school. Leticia James. The foo is on the other shoot, and we'll see if that feels good for her. Hopefully it'll be up her keister soon. Kilmar Garcia DHS documents released. I've got them all for you. Karmelo Anthony update. Must be nice to buy a Cadillac and a house. Gosh, maybe we should murder somebody and we can pay off the house, Liv.
Maybe.
Jennings versus Garcia. Social Security lies. Caught on tape. Starlight, Starbright, the Starlink I see tonight. Flew over our house last night. We'll talk about it. And I'm a poet and I didn't know it. And final thoughts. And then we'll see if we have overtime. Overtime will be AOC possibly sued, ? And hockey. Hockey playoffs are starting every year. We always talk about it. Kind of break it down for you and see what you think. Can't wait to talk to y'all tonight. Please do me a favor. We have a goal of $300. If you have not had a chance, go to thedumbshow.com/donate. We would love to get that out of the way tonight. Just get it out of the way. It takes up way too much of the show. So if you have a chance, remember, it's always free, but if you can, donate. See you in 3 minutes.
Hey guys, Barry Morgenstein, America's headshot photographer, coming to you from my New York City studio. Great friend of the Dumb Show. It is now time to put down the camera because it's almost 7 p.m. and I'm gonna watch the coolest, the most real and raw show on the internet. It's on every night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with the coolest guys, Matt, Olivia, Leroy, and Amy. You guys have to tune in to see it. It's gonna be something incredible every night. Check it out.
Adjusting transmitter output.
This is the Don't Unfriend Me Show with your hosts, Matt, Leroy, Amy, and Olivia. Geopolitics, military analysis, and election coverage. Coming to you live on all major social media channels at The Dumb Show. Honest, direct, unfiltered. We can agree, we can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.
You see how our cameras are almost identical now?
Let me look.
You're coming in just a little, yeah, pretty much the same.
Yeah, I just have shadows because I'm wearing a hat.
No, but it looks great. We fixed the cameras. I probably have to turn the brightness down just a little bit on mine. In fact, I'm probably going to do that for both of us real quick. What's going on, everybody? I hope everyone's doing well. Welcome to the Don't Unfriend Me show. We're really excited to have you here tonight. We have a full jam-packed show for you. And as always, we're going to deliver as fast as we can with as much content as we can. Amy is off tonight. She is in
vacation early.
Yeah, vacation mode. We're gonna let her take some time off and get tonight off, and we're gonna rock and roll. People keep asking about the dog. How's the dog? Dog's good. Dog is healing. Dog is doing exceptionally well. You may have seen the morning show, and I've actually received a couple of questions. People are like, where the hell is that camera? And it's an interesting thing. You'll see that I'm upside down right now, and that's because it's hanging from the ceiling upside down where Olivia is supposed to be. So all I need to do is go ahead and rotate, but it's right here, and it's hanging from the ceiling, and then I'm running a cable down. And it honestly gives, when I'm doing the solo 5-minute shows, it gives the feeling of kind of like a radio spot type thing where it's just kind of, a little bit more relaxed and not as formulaic. So that's why that's there. And there it is. So figured I would tell you about that. Liv, what's going on May 16th?
May 16th is our big fundraiser show. We've got a lot of special guests coming in.
A ton.
We're having it's from 6 to 11. And we've got a surprise guest coming in that we will not tell you who it is.
Nobody has let the cat out of the bag, and I would really hope we don't. So we've done a good job of flirting the idea, but we have an A-list celebrity, definitely somebody you've heard of, definitely somebody you know. And then we've got Damani Felder, who you all know. We've got Barry Morgenstein, who was in that video just now introducing us. He'll be coming back onto the show. And
I'm working on another one.
Well, we've got Jason Shepard coming from Wimkin. He'll be there early. And then we are still working on 2 that we'll just tell you, Roseanne and Laura Logan. I got confirmation from Jason Shepard tonight that he's talking to both of them and seeing if they can get Laura or Roseanne to stop by too. So it is going to be a huge show, full 5 hours full. We are trying to reach $10,000 because we have a good friend of the show who is going to match the 10,000 with another 10,000. And what we're doing with that is rebuilding our entire studio. We're going to get out of this area. This is like a 15 by 12 room. And we've got a 25 by 15 room, which will take care of us. It can build a full 4-person to 6-person set, sound studio, full video, lighting, everything else. And we're going to crush it. So we'll see you on the 16th of May. Any other news, honey?
No, I'm working on one other person.
Was this the one from Barry, the actress? Mm-hmm. Yeah, who has the 501c. And then we've got...
yes, she emailed me back, said mid-May, so I'm thinking that might work. So
yeah,
I just need to get back to... I didn't have my computer today, so I wasn't able to...
That's a great idea. Let's get her...
Email. But before we go on, is 1:30 to 2 arrival time for tomorrow okay? I have to confirm now.
Yeah, that's fine.
So sorry.
Yeah, 1:30 to 2:30 is fine. The Woke Mind Virus by T.S. Dixon. We're going to have Mr. Dixon come on here and come on to the show here shortly. We'll be on Monday. Is that right, Liv?
Yes, this Monday.
I have to power through this glorious 500-pager in a period of, a couple hours. So I'm going to do that as soon as I can and can't wait to read it. It looks fantastic. It's selling very well. And we're hoping that you will enjoy it. So there it is. There's your update. We usually do that in the first 10 minutes of the show. We'll let everyone log on, and we'll go ahead and get started and rock and roll. We're going to start off with a video about a judge. And I usually don't do comedy per se, but this is just so beautifully done. It'll give us a little bit of a conversation piece to get into the show. But this is done by the good friends over at Babylon Bee. And I think it's probably one of the best pieces that they've done. You'll have to go ahead and decide and tell me what you think. Here it is. This is obviously mocking the circuit court judges who have decided to take over Donald Trump's presidency for their own. And here it is with no further ado. Enjoy.
Order in the court. Pursuant to my jurisdiction as a federal district court judge for the United States of America, I will be issuing my latest rulings regarding several cases that have been presented to me recently in conjunction with the actions taken by the president, Mr. Donald Trump. After considering the issues and both sides of the arguments, the court rules as follows. Firstly, with regards to the issue of the price of eggs, I order the price of eggs to return to $12 a dozen, as they were a few weeks ago. Further, I revoke any political credit Mr. Trump has received for the lowering of the price of eggs. Secondly, regarding the rescue of the so-called astronauts who were illegally brought home from the International Space Station the other week, I order them to be returned to outer space immediately. Any discussion of the astronauts being rescued by Mr. Trump, Mr. Musk, or SpaceX is to be stricken from the record. Okay, for the sake of time, I'm going to try and speed the rest of these up. I order the White House to continue funding biodiversity communications in Nepal and transgender operas in Guatemala and Muslim Sesame Street in Iraq. I hereby order McDonald's to permanently bring back the McRib.
Excuse me, Your Honor, could you please repeat that?
The McRib. I want the McRib. I order 5 more seasons, 5, of the Meghan Markle show on Netflix. I can't get enough. Really good. I order Kenny Siefkin from my 4th grade class to apologize for calling me a wiener in 1968. It's wrong then, it's wrong now. I order Israel to return all the freed so-called hostages back to Gaza. I order Donald Trump to come over and read me a bedtime story and kiss me on the forehead goodnight. And don't skip any pages in 1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish, because I will know. I order Melania to consider going out on a date with me. I'm not saying she has to, go out with me per se. I just order her to give it honest consideration. That's all a guy can ask for. I order Neil Patrick Harris to come and fight me like a man. He knows what he did.
Excuse me, what did he do, Your Honor?
Oh, he knows. He knows. I order little Hitler mustaches to be drawn on all photos of Donald Trump and maybe a pair of devil horns or the silly glasses, horns, glasses. Either one's fine. Also, I'd like a nice set of throw pillows. That's not an official order. It's I just would like a nice set of those, those extra pillows for the bed, nothing fruity. That's just, something that will give my room a look of distinction. Also, I don't care for the Mormons. Do you care for the Mormons, Irene? I don't. Again, it's not an order. I want it in the official court transcript. I mean, somebody needed to say it.
Oh boy, if we have not shared on Twitter, I need some of that Melanie magic. Could somebody please go over and share on Twitter and get this show out there? That we need some help.
Oh, that's right. Donald Trump is a wimpy little girly boy, and Judge Jones could beat him in skee-ball any day of the week. Donald Trump is a dum-dum, what a dork noodle. Madam Reporter, can you read that back?
Yes. Okay, Donald Trump is a wimpy little girly boy, and Judge Jones could beat him in skee-ball any day of the week. Donald Trump is a dum-dum, what a dork noodle, period.
I'm sorry, that's classic. And finally, according to the 28th Amendment, which I just made up and added to Wikipedia, I hereby appoint myself President of the United States effective immediately. I do this in order to save democracy. And I have the authority to do this because I said I have the authority. I am now the president, and the former president is no longer president. I also declare that the Constitution is null and void, and the United States will now be called Judge Jones's Playhouse. If you disagree with this ruling, you will be imprisoned. This court is adjourned.
It's funny.
Pretty good. Pretty, dare I say, accurate. Of course, it's a joke. For those of you struggling to identify whether it was a joke or not, maybe watching this show is not the best option.
What's flying overhead, dear?
It's a UH-64 Black Hawk. 2 of them.
Still amazes me every single time.
two of them in formation, not one. It's 2. You can tell by the it's got the wah-wah like the Huey. And the only time that the Black Hawk does that is when there's 2 or more. And in this case, the wah-wah is not stacking on top of each other, so there's 2 in formation. Altitude, 375 to 400 feet, I would say, estimation.
Okay.
Yeah, it's what we do. The funny thing is that I can't back that up, but if we did, it would be right. I'm just letting you know. So speaking of what's in the sky, we'll talk about it later tonight, but the whole judge thing, and we can save a couple of minutes here. The whole argument is Donald Trump has too much power. He's a dictator. He's going to overrule the democracy and destroy our Constitution. So it's not that they have a problem that one person has all the power because they love circuit court judges overruling Trump. It's the fact that they just don't like Trump. The Democratic Party, honestly, when 2028 comes around, they need to get rid of the donkey and they just need to do a picture of Donald Trump because that's really all their party is about. What'd you think? You think that was funny?
I thought it was funny.
I noticed you laughed at 1 fish, red fish, 2 fish
I thought
thingy.
that was pretty funny.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Because I'll know. Don't skip any pages because I'll know.
Good. Right. Good Night Moon would have been pretty good too. Moving on to next. Whoopi, is she red-pilled? Now, I'm not a Whoopi fan, and no, she's not red-pilled, and I understand she's not red-pilled. That's not the bone of contention. The interesting thing is that Whoopi Goldberg went ahead and was on The View and actually said something that made sense. I know, hold on, just slow down. Slow down.
You are fake news.
No, I'm not. It's real. Whoopi went ahead and said this. Now, hold on to your hats, folks, because I actually agree with pretty much everything she has to say here, and I think you will too. Listen to this. This is about education, Liv, so I'm sure you're gonna care. Here it is.
Okay.
What we have to always...
Where did I find that skit? It's over on Twitter on the Babylon Bee. I'll post a link to it on the site.
Is due, regardless of who you voted for, you still got to pay your rent, you still got to take care of your kids, you still got to take care of your business. And maybe some of what's happening, like, they're trying to take apart the Department of Education.
Yes.
Maybe that is a good thing, because maybe it will force us to make sure that our kids actually get what they need. Maybe it'll force us to go to our state and say, listen, I want to make sure, since you're taking all this money from my taxes, I want to make sure that my kids get exactly what they need. I don't have to wait for the government to do it. We can do it. This is now in our hands. This is in our hands, and it's going to be tough, and nobody wants to do it because it's a bitch. But you know what? If it comes down to your survival, this is what you got to do. You got to take care of what you got to take care of. And they're telling me that we're going to be right back.
Did she get struck down by lightning shortly after she said that?
I don't know. I expected Donald Trump to come out, from the bottom of the desk and, clean himself up a little bit.
I thought I saw Joy Behar. I thought I saw her head starting to
have a conniption fit.
Like steam was coming out of her
like
her
cracking
ears, and I think her head exploded shortly after that.
The lizard skin started to rip off. I mean, listen, of course, Whoopi's whole bone of contention is to dismiss that the Department of Education completely sucks, and then say that the parents need to take onus. But truly, it's that the Department of Education, which has one responsibility. What is it, Liv?
It's to oversee education in the United States.
That's right. Not hard. Have abysmally failed at their job.
Yes.
And if Whoopi Goldberg is saying it, and please understand this, folks, this would be like a conservative calling for seizure of firearms in the United States. That's how serious, because the Department of Education is the liberals' bread and butter. They have millions of teachers and faculty who work for the schools, who vote for them. In fact, it's their largest demographic besides people who kill babies. So it's something to think about. Your thoughts on this? I mean, do we agree with Whoopi here and say thumbs up to her, and it's a broken clock twice a day situation?
She's somewhat of a human now.
I don't know. Let's not go that far.
I mean, maybe for that 15 seconds, but yes, I wholeheartedly agree. We've been screaming that from the rooftops since we first moved here in Loudoun County. So yeah, absolutely agree.
Listen, if parents have to take responsibility for education, we're in trouble, because parents aren't educators in the way that it comes to STEM. And the reason why is because when we were in high school and when we went to college, I mean, you're talking 30 years ago. And there has been advancements and there's newer history to teach. And good luck solving a math problem that these kids do today.
I'm looking at Ethan's math going, yep, nope, that's not me. I mean, I can do early childhood education. I can ABCs and
sure, 1, 2, 3,
addition and math.
Red fish,
addition,
1 fish, 2 fish.
Basic addition, basic.
We don't even skip any
subtraction,
pages when we read it.
Teach them how to read, but yeah, I cannot do STEM when it comes to higher grades. Math was not my strong suit in school. I struggled horribly in math. I rejoiced after my junior year when I didn't have to do any more math. I was so done with it.
Right.
The fact that I passed with a C in Algebra 2, I was like overjoyed. I thought I was going to fail out of the class because I can't do it. And me and science don't agree either. We don't get along. So science and math are not my thing. So I wouldn't be able to teach it to my children or any other child because I would probably just screw them up. So that's not my thing, but
it's not my bag, baby.
I can teach music like nothing else, but
so
that's just me.
Are we saying that we agree with Whoopi and everyone should keep it on the down low? Because if we talk about this, this is like Fight Club that she'll flip. Usually whenever she says anything that's halfway lucid, she'll come back from commercial and be like, let me clarify.
Exactly.
Everything I just said was completely wrong because Joy Behar told me not to. Nice to see so many people on. Thank you for waking up and coming on to the Don't Unfriend Me show. We're waiting for someone to crack that egg. Show goal is $300. We are going to come back with Linda McMahon, more about the Board of Education and her schooling. CNN, that's great because she's in charge of all the schools. Here it is. Department of Education. She's hoping that she's going to be out of a job soon. Listen to this.
The Dumb Show is built on real conversations.
Is there
raw, unfiltered, and fearless. Big Tech didn't like that. Facebook pulled out funding, tried to shut us down. But for over a year, you, our incredible viewers, have kept us going. Your support, your donations, your time, it all matters. Most of you spend 10 plus hours a week with us. Compare that to Netflix, maybe 5 hours a month. We believe we're worth that time. And we hope you do too. But listen, we don't want giving to feel like a burden. We want it to feel good. So take a second to ensure you're in a good spot. If you're in a place to give, that will be amazing. If not, just liking and sharing helps more than you know. Visit thedumbshow.com/donate. Whether it's PayPal, Venmo, or mail, every bit helps to keep us going. Dumb Nation. We appreciate you more than words can say.
I was making sexual innuendos at you when you looked. Oh, well, you didn't respond. Well, that pretty much tells me everything I need to know. Linda McMahon. I guess I should say Linda McMahon weighing in at. Okay, so yes, former WWE, WWF, Linda McMahon. You should see her wrestling stuff. But Donald Trump got in the ring too. I don't know if people know this, but he did a few stints inside the ring for the WWE, WWF. Anyway, Maine lawsuit against Maine for allowing transgenders into sports, and they are being sued by the Department of Justice, saying this is now against the law. I tried my voice is toast, so cut me some slack. Give me a couple days to heal, and we'll try that again. But I did try. Anyway, no, you're not talking about my voice. You're talking about the, oh yeah, I know. I tried. She shot me down. Here it is, Lynn McMahon and CNN.
I was a little confused because you put Adeline Muggleton's comment on there and then you started making like
No, I waved at her and then you waved. And I'm like, okay, if I could get her to wave, maybe I could get her to do that. And you didn't respond.
Got it.
You weren't acquiesced to my request.
Yeah, okay.
It's okay. Here we go. Moving on.
Not a different way forward here, a different way to both protect the civil rights of the thousands of girls playing on these teams without singling out two people in this manner.
Well, if you could have heard the young women who were standing on either side of Attorney General Pam Bondi and me this morning who talked about the years that they spent training to be in these sports, giving up so much of their extracurricular time to do something that they loved, the injuries they sustained in their training and their practice. And so then suddenly they are, bettered, if you will, in the sport or beaten in the sport by a male. So you have to take their feelings into consideration. It's more than one. So I think you have to look at all of the young women that can be displaced by these actions. And this, again, is a federal law. This is not, this is an executive order, but it is also federal law. And I think that states would be, well warned to pay attention to that. The Department of Education had done this investigation into the state of Maine, and we actually turned our findings over to the Department of Justice because we thought that it would, that they should take a look at it. And Attorney General Bondi said absolutely, and she brought this suit forward.
What do you think, Liv?
I think it's good. It is federal law now, and them going against it, they are breaking the law. Lawsuit needs to come.
Right.
And the thing, and I don't know this for a fact, this is my opinion, but
Sure.
I'm pretty sure I'm right on this.
Okay. I'll let you know if I know.
That they're not going against it because they care about the transgender athletes and they care about those people. No, they're doing it, excuse me, because Donald Trump did it. And they're going against anything Donald Trump does because Maine was one of the states that tried to take his name off the ballot anyway. So I think they're going to push back on anything he does, in my opinion. So,
where in the fuck did that come from?
Because that's what we're talking about, right?
Have we annualized like your level of understanding? Because now you're starting to reference things in the show that you saw a year ago. I am so proud of you. The fact that you even knew that Maine was going to try to take him off the ballot. Just give me a moment. I'm a little verklempt.
Yeah, I remember Colorado did it, and then Maine did it, and then there was another state that tried, and then Colorado got sued.
New Hampshire was one of them. I mean, several states did, but I'm very proud of you. Wow! Holy moly! Yeah, I'm not being condescending. I'm being serious.
Very well. I impressed you.
That's it.
Don't impress me.
I comb my hair. I do what I dare. Oh, you go, Shania. Ooh. Wow.
Totally.
Don't comb your hair, Shania. Please go there. Amy's.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. You read it off.
Homesick with pneumonia. Don't mention eggs. Love you. $5.
You should be at home.
She's homesick.
You should be home when you have pneumonia. Why aren't you home with pneumonia? That's horrible. You shouldn't be homesick. Being homesick is just go home. I mean, pneumonia is serious. Go home.
Funny.
Are you too good for your home? Go home, Amy. I hope you're okay. Seriously. Pneumonia sucks. It's horrible.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that I can impress you.
Well, no,
with my intellect.
I love how you went right back to it. It's so rare that I do it. I mean,
exactly.
We got to let you bask in the light a little bit. No, I think you're absolutely right. But here's the thing: is that people in Maine may not like Trump when it comes to overall leadership. But when we take a look at like Maine itself, I think that it's some ridiculous number, like 81 or 78, 79 something % of people in Maine completely disagree with men and women's sports. And I love how CNN goes, listen, I understand the tens and hundreds of thousands of women who are in collegiate and high school athletics, but we should definitely respect their civil rights. We should also respect two people who are outside of the norm. And I'm like, they have the same rights as the women. They have the same rights as the men. Depending upon their sexes, they already have civil rights, and their rights are endowed by the Creator and what is written in law. So those are natural and God-given rights. And we already got it. We don't need to make transgender rights. We don't need to make gay and lesbian rights. We don't need to make I have a pickled sausage for a penis rights. Men, women, simple. And if you don't identify with either of those, that's your own business, but it has nothing to do with your rights, and it has no bearing on how the federal government or the states recognize you. You have a sport. You have a class to be in. It's with men. And if you're not good enough, it doesn't mean you go and say, okay, well, I'm going to lower the quality of people I play against by playing with women. It means that you do something else. Because if you're not good enough to do something, you shouldn't do it in a competitive setting. Go play intramural hockey if you want to with your college or softball. Who cares? You can go play pocket pool. We don't care. Just stop pretending that because you want something, you deserve something. Amy says, I'm too sick to worry about grammar and proper spelling. Obviously, that's why I pointed it out. I hope you get some rest. We love you. They're doing the complete opposite of what Trump wants done to be spiteful. So immature. Well, that's the truth. Right. Amy, great point. She goes, great, but I still want charges and arrests related to Epstein. I do too, but that really doesn't have anything to do with the Department of Education. So I'm going to let her have a pass on that, because if Linda McMahon starts coming out and start, investigating and arresting people for Epstein, we've really gone off the deep end. Let's let ICE do that, and let's let them violate the rights of Americans. Cool.
Are we talking about the UK tonight?
What would they? Oh,
What,
yeah.
their
Oh,
decision?
sure. Well, the Supreme Court made a decision that men are men and women are women, and they do not recognize transgender as another sex. What do we think about it?
I think it's fantastic.
Yeah.
I think it's freaking great.
Can you believe the English beat us there? I mean, what the
know.
hell? Seriously.
It totally needs to happen here.
Well, I don't think it ever will.
No,
It's
but-
politically, it's suicide. And the people who want to do it, the Supreme Court with Amy Coney Barrett on, she's not going to give them that. We know that. And Roberts probably isn't going to do that because, it's so, we've got to give them special rights. No, you don't. It's like hate crime. All crime is hate, right? I mean, it's hateful. It's spiteful. And why do you need a special? If you kill somebody who's homosexual because they're homosexual, does that mean that you should receive a stiffer sentence than somebody who's straight who gets murdered? No.
Same thing.
Same thing.
I don't care if you were born a female and you want to dress in men's clothes and say you're a man, peachy. If you're born a
Right.
man, peachy. Just don't force me to believe it, and get the men out of women's sports. Get them out of my daughter's locker room at school. I don't get them out of her bathroom. And freaking any females that are acting as male, get them out of my son's locker room and my son's bathrooms. You need to use the bathroom and the locker room and be on the sports team of the sex that you were born as.
Can I still wear your underwear, though? I mean, does that cross the line, or are we good?
We're good. You can still wear
It
your
doesn't make
underwear.
me gay, right?
No, as long as it's on your head only. Good.
Most, only on days
This
that end
head.
with, only
This-
on days that end with Y.
Yeah, this head right here.
Okay, everyone heard the joke. See, I wasn't going that nasty. You took it to the next level again. You are just a minx. Okay, read that off. This is your ruling. You want to read it?
The unanimous decision of this court is that the terms. Can you please make that bigger?
That's what she said.
Blind.
Well, I had a comment. It had to do with underwear, but I'll leave it alone. Okay, there you go.
Thank you. The unanimous decision of this court is that the terms woman and sex in the Equality Act 2010 refer to a biological woman and biological sex.
So basically what that's saying is that gender, being a social construct, has nothing to do with your overall biological identification. You're a man, you're a man, you're a woman, you're a woman. And it does not recognize any other sex or genders. Good.
Good.
Good. It's good. Jane Bush, $20. Happy Ash Day. Yes. Every day is Ash Day. She's doing very, very well. But listen, the fact that England figured this out before the United States, I'm a little disappointed that the Brits figured this out.
Well, don't they have a lot of Muslims on their Supreme Court or whatever now?
No, not
No,
yet.
not
But
yet.
they've got a lot of representation, and in the next 10 to 15 years, they most assuredly will. But no court appointments that are Muslim that I believe. But that's neither here nor there yet. But you're right. I mean, it would make sense that you're going to have a religious zealot style government in England that most assuredly would stop transgenders, but they also want to stop women driving. And they want you to wear a burqa, and they believe throwing acid in your face is just good family fun. So, I don't think that has anything to do with it. But you know what you could do? You could take a look and find out if there are any Muslims on the Supreme Court. You could look up to see if there's any Muslims on the England Supreme Court. You could look up. Thank you. So Trump revoked Maine's nonprofit status. I think all federal funding should cease. That's it. This has been decided. It's Ash Wednesday, I think.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that you guys don't think I know that, and I just didn't make it Ash about my dog Ash, you just don't get my dry humor, I guess. I'm very aware it's Ash Wednesday. What the hell was that? Something just went over so extremely fast. Did you hear that? What is that? Are the kids watching a movie downstairs?
They must be.
My God, it literally sounded like a sonic boom.
Yeah, they must be watching something.
We have a home theater system that rivals going to the movies, and the kids are cranking it up there. I don't know what they're watching. Maybe a Michael Bay film.
He's watching something.
What did you find out, Liv?
It took me to Sharia law when I asked this, so I got to re-ask.
Well, that's
this.
not too far from the truth.
But it was like totally different. So I got to re-ask.
Well, how about this? A quick audio break. We'll be right back.
The Dumb Store is veteran-owned with a 5-star diamond rating for service and satisfaction. We offer quality products like coffee, shirts, hoodies, and hats, all made by veterans. Shop with confidence, backed by hundreds of 5-star reviews. Use code DUMB10 to save 10%. Visit thedumbshow.com today. Thank you for your support.
Hey, while you're looking that up, and we have so many people on, my God, wonderful to see so many people on. We're actually, Twitter is ready to pass Facebook. Go Twitter. We love you. YouTube, good to see you. Rumble, Wimkin.
All right. As of 2023, around 90.1% of court judges in England and Wales were white, with 9.9% Black, Asian, mixed, or other ethnic backgrounds. So.
Yeah. So it hasn't taken hold yet, but what they're believing is that these people who are there right now are too extreme. But when they have children, that's when you're going to start seeing a new generation of Muslims. When English people start marrying the Muslim refugees that are there, which will happen, you will start seeing cross-pollination of cultures, and it's a very possibility in the next 30 years that England will have predominantly more Muslim influence than not. So, Leticia James, you know who she is, Olivia?
Wasn't she that DA in Georgia that was doing something against Trump?
New York.
New York, okay.
That's okay.
Which one was the one in Georgia?
That was Stacey Abrams is in there, and then it's
the one in Georgia was the one.
I'm trying to remember. Sorry, go ahead, give it to me.
The one in Georgia was the one that was sleeping with the person.
Yeah,
okay,
I know.
Gotcha.
Fannie Willis,
Williams,
I don't know.
something like that.
Well, Williams or Willis is a safe bet.
Yeah.
Fannie. Gosh, what the hell was her name? I haven't heard from
one
her.
of our people. Well, I'm pretty sure.
No. Let me think. Oh, come on. She was just in the news because her boyfriend and her. Yeah, Fannie Willis. I was right.
Yep.
Fawny is supposed to have.
Fawny.
I'm not saying Fawny. It's not. That's not Fawny. Knock it off. So here's the thing: is that Leticia James is in some serious shit. You're gonna love this. I mean, this is fantastic. It doesn't get better than this. She went after Trump because remember the bank loans and property values, and she made the claim that Donald Trump was devaluing his property for taxes, but increasing his value for loans. Now, these loans had all been paid off. There was no victim. In fact, nobody was prosecuting him. There was no claimant. It was absolutely just drummed up BS. And this was probably the second worst of all the charges that came across.
And this is the one that he was found guilty of, right?
Right.
He got the felony on. Okay.
Well, yes. The 34. See, this is where you got to be really careful. So the 34 counts that were against Donald Trump had to do with Stormy Daniels, and misrepresentation of where campaign finances went.
Okay.
Okay. So with Leticia James and Trump, she was going after him for property values and misrepresentation and like falsifying court records and everything else. It was a civil fraud case and alleged that they engaged in financial fraud, inflating asset values and everything else. This is the one with Judge Engeron.
Yep.
Okay. And then he ordered Trump to pay $355 million in penalties with a $450 million penalty. And the ruling originally was a $450 million bond. Remember, it was a $500 million, the largest bond ever in U.S. history. You could take all like all the RICO cases and all the bonds for connected cases, and they still didn't reach a $500 million. So the criminal referral itself, there was a conviction associated with this that was pending, right? They felt that it was going to be a conviction. But remember what happened is that the case was dismissed. Allegations were dismissed once he became president and ultimately dropped. So no, he was not charged with these. However, fervently did it until the presidency, until he won. Now, Leticia, now this is interesting. I'm going to play an audio clip of Leticia James just so you can hear her spiteful hatred. I don't hate anyone truly. That's not true. There's people I hate. I hate this woman. Like I would rather, perfect example, kill, have sex, or marry Leticia James, Hillary Clinton, or Dylan Mulvaney.
Something tells me you'd sex with Dylan Mulvaney.
Totally, just to go ahead and check a box. Just to check a box. I would have sex with Dylan Mulvaney. Totally would do it. I would just check a box. I slept with a transgender person. I did it. I'm not proud of it, but my choices were Leticia James or Hillary Clinton. What would you do, right?
Yeah.
People are like ritualistic suicide. So you can't do that.
I think you would marry Clinton and kill Leticia James.
Yeah. I would marry Clinton, kill Leticia James, so I could knock off Hillary Clinton and inherit all of her money.
Yes.
Totally. And that's probably what would happen. I do not like Leticia James at all. And it's the lazy eye. It just scares me. It works on its own. Here's the video. Listen to this. I can't believe I just said I'd have sex with Dylan Mulvaney. Dylan, if you're available, call me. Call me maybe. Hey, I just met you. And this is crazy. I know you've got a penis. Call me maybe. No? Okay, here's Leticia James in all of her lazy-eyed glory.
Oh, God, it's horrible.
57 years after the assassination of
Come on, lady.
Dr. King.
You can't even do a
Dr.
video.
King talked about that stone of hope. And it's that stone of hope that gives me a fire in my belly each and every morning. It's that stone of hope that allows me to wake up and to stand to Donald Trump and to say, Donald Trump, I'm not afraid of you. It's that stone of hope. It's that stone of hope that gives me power. That's that stone of hope and the belief in each and every one of you to let you know that I'm not going to allow my ancestors, all of those who died for me, to be in this position. I am not going to disgrace them and disappoint them. I am going to use the law both as a sword and as a shield and challenge Donald Trump. And each and every time he issues an illegal executive order, I am going to stand up to him because he represents to me sincere ignorance and conscientious stupidity.
All right. Okay. First of all, your audio sucks, lady. You need to get it fixed. Second, oh boy, is the foo on the other should. So listen, Pam Bondi hasn't done a great job. I'm not going to lie. But
yeah,
what
I
if
think we were all expecting a little more.
A little bit more from Pam Bondi. Like, stop going on Fox News and actually just prosecute somebody.
Yeah.
But in this situation, what if I told you Miss Leticia James went ahead and had a property in Virginia, in Fairfax, while living in New York and claimed to be a Virginia resident, and when you are district attorney, you are required to live in the state that you are DA for, but claimed from a financial standpoint, that she was living in Virginia.
Oh, bummer.
There's one. What if two, I said that she got a loan for a vast amount of money for her father, and on the loan application claimed that she was his wife. Wow.
Whoopsie.
What if she had an investment rental property and charged for those properties high-end dollar amounts, but with her taxes decreased the amount of actual units the property had in order to save tens of thousands of dollars on property tax? What have I told you?
Tax fraud.
Well, Leticia is in some serious shiznit, yo. I mean, for shizzle my bizzle,
Freaking karma is a bitch.
You ruined my joke.
Sorry. I didn't know you were going to tell a joke.
For shizzle my bizzle, she is in trouble because of the hizzle. See, it wasn't as good because you totally made me.
This is a total waste of time.
Okay, whatever. Your attitude sucks tonight. You need to stop.
Mm-hmm.
Here it is.
Allegations leveled by the Trump administration against New York Attorney General Leticia James. The Federal Housing Finance Agency has sent a criminal referral to the DOJ accusing James of mortgage fraud.
Gene says, no, most are holding donations for the 10K day. I'm sure, and I understand that, but the 10K day goes into the set. We still need to survive. So we understand. In fact, I would rather have a little bit less when it comes to the show day, maybe. I just, listen, you got to work it the way you guys got to work it. We made it last night by the skin of our chinny chin chin, and we missed it the night before. You got to do what you guys got to do. We know it's income tax. We know it's spring break. We know I had my birthday and Olivia's birthday, and you guys have just been amazing. Nobody's pushing. We understand how tight it is. But remember, that's a month away. So we've still got to try to hit goals. So if people can help up and stand out, I would really appreciate it, because now's the time. If you love the show and you're like, I watch it all the time, today's the day, I want to donate. That's what we need. We need that more than anything. We love you for it too. Here we go.
In a letter to Attorney General Pam Bondi, Director Bill Pulte says James appears to have falsified records in order to meet certain lending requirements and receive favorable loan terms. He cited a property in Virginia that she's allegedly claimed as her principal residence, and a property in New York that she claimed as a 4-unit structure instead of the required, instead of a 5, which Pulte says means she was able to get a different type and more favorable loan.
Olivia looks like she has an aura around her. It is. It's called her skibbity.
Skibbity.
Joining me now is Jonathan Turley, Fox News contributor and law professor at GW University. Jonathan, mortgage fraud is rampant in the United States. There's all sorts of fraud that's rampant. There's disability fraud that they've vowed to crack down on in the Trump administration. But this is another thing that they have vowed to crack down on because it costs real money. Your reaction to these allegations?
Well, obviously, the irony is perfectly crushing. This is a person who prosecuted Trump for everything short of ripping a label off a mattress. And among the charges that were brought in New York, in not just the civil but the criminal case, was making false or misleading statements to financial institutions. And one of these sections, Section 1014 of the federal code, is prosecuted. It took me about 60 seconds of a search to find cases that the Department of Justice brought against people who falsely claimed that property was their principal residence in order to get loans. So this is well-tread areas for the Justice Department. As for James, if we apply the Leticia James standard that she created, there'd be little question here. This seems pretty straightforward. What the administration is saying is this was not her principal residence. In fact, as a New York elected official, she had to say that her principal residence was in New York. This was an out-of-state residence. But also, they claim that in some of these forms, she actually states that her father is her husband in order to file as a married couple. So there's a lot of those questions. And as you know, the Supreme Court just stated earlier in March in a case called Thompson that they want to see knowing false statements under sections like 1014, not just misleading statements. These are misleading statements. Either it's your principal residence or it's not.
Or it's not.
Either you're married to your father or he's your father.
Wow.
So I think the book needs to be thrown at her.
Yes.
And if she even tries to defend herself or tries to get out of them, then we know that what she did against Trump was just out of hatred. And so I think she's kind of fuck-sword at this point.
Whatever.
And she also needs to be stripped of her DA. She needs to no longer be the DA.
Yeah. Here's what I would do. It's real simple. I'd pull the Kamala Harris two-step. I would charge her for everything under the sun. I would impose a grand jury. I would indict her for at least 99 indictments, at just 2 more than Donald Trump. Take this to court, have her have to spend millions defending herself like Donald Trump did, and then drop the charges right before sentencing. Just bankrupt her. Right?
And make sure she has to pay $450 million bond.
Yeah, $450 million bond sounds good to me.
$451.
You know what? Just make it a $4 million bond, right? Mm-hmm. Just make it $4 million. Just take up all the properties, make it $4 million, some exuberant amount, and then drop all charges right at the witching hour. But make sure she's fired first, right? Because once she's convicted, she'll be fired. And then you will only have a scintilla of an idea of what you did to Donald Trump. This lady can burn in hell for the rest of her life. She is just like the mega church, preachers and pastors and ministers who stand up there and try to raise and steal from people, and then use it on luxury yachts and gold. Can you get her up, please?
Yeah.
Gold wristwatches and all this. So I'm done. I'm done with it. I'm done with her. And you throw the book at her. So do I want Pam Bondi going after Leticia James and not going after Epstein or not going after the criminals when it comes to the election, when it comes to what they did to Donald Trump, to the corruption inside that Doge is finding? No, I want all those things to happen. But you can walk and chew gum at the same time. Nail her to the wall. Crucify her. Embarrass her. Mm-hmm. She ran on going after Trump and fabricating anything.
Yep.
Take her down.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yes, PayPal's really easy, guys. We have a gold standing with PayPal. It's a black standing. So it's like diamond. It's the highest standing you can have with PayPal. I think the last one they did is we can pull $86,000 out of PayPal at any given Sunday that we want to. We have a very good relationship with PayPal. They take care of us. They protect our money. They have never slowed it down, and they're very, very high quality. So please do me a favor. If you want to donate, PayPal's great. Venmo's great. We don't care. Either one. Help us out if you can. If you can't, that's okay too. The show's always going to be free. And with almost 200 some odd people, Bobby Richardson, love to all, $51.99. Thank you so much, Bobby. Thanks for helping us kick off a little bit and get closer to our goal. We appreciate it. Very, very close to that $100 mark. Thank you. This is it. Leticia James needs to sweat. Yeah. And as far as, Fannie Willis, she got hers. And this comeuppance that these people have, you could be doing so much for the black community. You should be cleaning up your streets. You should be going after criminals. Yet all you want to do is just destroy white people who happen to be the president. And that's what this is about. You didn't give a shit about Obama. You didn't give a crap what he did in Chicago. You didn't care about the monies that he sent. You didn't care about his properties. You don't care about anything. You don't care about Joe Biden getting $10 million. You don't care about the tax fraud with Hunter Biden or the gun charges. You guys don't care about any of that shit. The only thing you care about is destroying Donald Trump and the Republicans. You're a shill. and you're a paid assassin. You're using lawfare. And as someone who is a law and order type of person, you are absolutely just as bad as people who steal valor for veterans. I think, honestly, your entire constituency in New York should be able to take a baseball bat to your head.
Yeah.
I know that's I
claim
know that's violent.
I would
A
claim
wiffle
to
bat.
live in New York
A
for
wiffle
that one day.
A wiffle bat, okay? A wiffle bat. Remember the big red bat we had as kids? The big puffy plastic one, that one. Everybody gets a shot at her. And trust me, man, I'd run.
Can I claim to have a residence in New York for that one day only?
Well, sure you can. You live in Virginia, you can do that. She said it's okay to do it. So she set precedent. So we live in New York because we have a Virginia home.
Yep.
That's great. So we should get New York State tuition. She set the precedent, right?
Yes, she did.
So we can send our kid to the Institute of Art in New York. Sounds good.
Somebody wants to know if we are taking calls. Right
Bert
now.
Catpiss says, Matt, am I taking calls? Yeah? I mean, with that name, how can I pass it up? 804-212-2208. Yes, Bert, I'm taking calls.
I didn't see the last name.
It's Bert Catpiss.
That's great.
Kevster donated $25. Fantastic.
Something tells me it's supposed to be burnt. But
I don't know. But yeah, we'll take a call. You know, I'm not hesitant for anyone to call in, but this one's a little interesting. So we'll see. Sure, call us, and we'll talk with you. Leticia James. I've got some documents here for Kilmar Garcia, a gentleman who is in an El Salvadorian prison. This is an interesting story. We've got some really interesting stories tonight. These documents are kind of damning. We're going to go through them together, and they were just released right before I went live, and I've got them for you. So let's go ahead and look at them together, and then we'll take a quick audio to see if we can get this phone call in.
Join WimKen.com, the social media platform built for free speech and true connection. No censorship, no algorithms controlling your feed, just genuine conversations and a commitment to protecting your rights. Sign up today at WimKen.com and take back your voice. Tell them Matt and the Dumb Show sent you.
Phone lines are open, 804-212-2208. Just open Teams. It's available. Sorry if it wasn't. Now it is. So if you call in, welcome Matthew Spear. You're all set. Your contacts. Okay, thanks. And I really appreciate that. Thank you there, Microsoft Teams. Let's hope. I think I fixed the audio problem. Hayden and Ethan and I worked on it. So the documents, Olivia, are you familiar with this case?
Which one?
That's a big no. So with the Garcia case.
Oh, I've heard a little. We followed a little bit about it on Monday. He's an illegal immigrant who was deported to El Salvador. If I'm not mistaken, he's from El Salvador. He's supposed to be an MS-13 member, and people are freaking out and saying that he's not an MS-13 member and he should not have been deported, even though he is illegal. And yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I think you know a little bit about it. I'm very proud of you tonight. It's almost like you're listening. I love this.
Almost like I'm listening.
Kilmar, Armando, Abrego, I don't care, Garcia, has a little bit of his information here, has where he is from, country of citizenship, El Salvador, folks. It's right here. It's right here. El Salvador. San Marco, El Salvador, and San Salvador. Shows you his birth date, date of birth 1995. Shows you his location. And then if we come down here, immigration record, negative. Nationality, El Salvadorian. And then here it says 3/28/19, alien present without admission or parole. So this is a formal document. Getting a phone call,
Yes,
of course.
we
Is this cat piss?
Nationality El Salvadorian.
You got to turn
Hello?
down you got to turn down the show if you want to talk, because it'll echo if we don't.
Okay.
All right. You're on with Matt and Olivia. What can we do for you?
Okay. Well, I want to make a comment.
Okay.
I agree with everything you're saying 100%.
About what?
With about Leticia James.
Okay.
And Pam Bondi.
Okay.
But I just want to make a comment, and I'll get off because I know you're running a good show.
Sure. No. We listen. We're here for you. So take your time, and I don't care if this takes 30 minutes. If you got something to say, we're here for you. So let's hear it.
Well, you know who you're talking to, right?
Robert Catpiss?
No.
Oh.
You're talking to Jason.
Jason whom?
Yeah, from Jason Wixom from the hockey capital of the country.
Jay. I thought I recognized your voice, baby. What's going on, man?
No. Look, I agree with you 100% on everything you're saying, and it made me actually think about what you're saying.
Okay.
What are the chances of Leticia James or Pam Bondi bringing charges in a blue area and they getting dropped or getting not guilty? So, for example, okay, Pam Bondi brings charges against Leticia James, but she can't get a guilty plea because or a guilty verdict because of the area she brings it in. Like, what are the chances in Washington, D.C. of her saying, okay, we're going to start putting people in cuffs? Because I feel the same way you do.
Sure.
I want to see people in cuffs.
Yeah.
I want to see people in, So what are the chances?
Sure. Let me give you the rundown. So this is a criminal referral, right? So there are no formal charges at this time, and that's what the criminal referral is. There'll be an investigation on the federal level. They'll go ahead and apply to the Department of Justice, and then the Department of Justice would go ahead from a federal court, start formulating prosecutorial charges against Leticia James through the state of New York. This would then be a court order for the state, which would be handed down. Now, she would probably have to recuse herself in any capacity due to the fact that this would fall unto the AG's responsibility. So instead, it will fall to the state's attorney. Now, the state's attorney is essentially a federal attorney. Why they are mandated to the state, I don't know. In fact, I think it would behoove every state so we could get away from these prosecutors that are progressive prosecutors who are playing lawfare grab ass by having a federal state attorney, which means that ultimately they are the state's attorney general, but has federal authority to negotiate federal charges and federal cases, but also act on them in a state's capacity. So that's what you'll see. The state's attorney will put charges. You will see more than likely that she will take a leave of absence or step down or be fired for these type of things, because once they do an indictment, once this happens and the evidence is out there, her actual ability and certification as AG is going to be in question because she claimed that she was not even from New York, and that's a requirement. So that, I think, is very probable that happens. Really do. As far as getting a conviction in New York, here's the rub, dude. If she doesn't get convicted, then we know that New York was playing political lawfare, and this gives the Department of Justice to prosecute anyone involved in the case, including Judge Engoron.
Oh,
right.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Well, that's what she's doing. So what she's doing is she's putting them on notice. If they don't, then it's going to be everything that happened with Donald Trump will ultimately be dismissed. There'll be an investigation for taxpayer fraud, for manipulation. This is a criminal act. If they don't, with the same type of fervor and effort, go after Leticia James for this, they are hanging themselves. So I do believe there's a probability that this will make it to court. Whether she's convicted or not is going to be up to a jury of 12 and where it's at. Can she get a fair trial? Well, Donald Trump certainly couldn't in Manhattan. And I think the prosecution for the Department of Justice and State's Attorney will make the argument that it will need to be change of venue simply because it is in a predominant blue district. The exact same conversation will come up, but then they'll say, well, we didn't move it for Donald Trump. So there's going to be so much political lawfare to watch here. Does it get a conviction? I don't know. But if you don't, it exonerates Donald Trump and it destroys so many different people's careers. So it's really a catch-22, Jason.
Yeah, she's kind of screwed either way, because either she's going to get convicted of this or she's going down for something else if they don't convict her and she was involved in it. So she's,
Yeah, it's a good question, dude. It's a really good question. So convicted, I don't know, but convicted in the court of public opinion and then possibly brought up on other charges for fraud, misappropriation for taxpayer funds, and about 1,000 other rules that she violated in New York code. This isn't good for all parties involved. And trust me when I say this, that the judge and everyone else is probably going to say she needs to take her medicine on this and take her lumps, because if she doesn't, we're all going down for this.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my gut feeling.
Okay, now that answers that question. Now, you brought up the other day with Amy, and I wish I would have called when Amy was on.
Yeah.
About the I could hear the level of frustration in your voice, and I felt I was like, damn it, I feel the same way.
Right.
I want to see some people in cuffs.
Yeah.
I don't want to, yeah, it's nice that Pam Bondi, blah, 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 blah. And I feel the exact same way.
Mm-hmm.
What are the chances that she starts bringing charges in Washington, D.C.?
Slim to none.
And,
slim to none.
Right. Because she won't get convictions. Am I correct?
No, I don't think they have the intestinal fortitude to go after the deep state. Here's why. Myrtle Parson says money orders are okay, I hope. Of course they are, Myrtle. And you can email it. If you go to thedumbshow.com/donate, we have our P.O. box there. Olivia
I just sent it to her.
Perfect.
I'm on top.
Thank you. I'm so very sorry, honey. I should know better. Do I believe that they're going to go after the deep state? No, there's too many dollars involved. And the problem is like, here's the best example. Let's say Kucherov in round one goes ahead, and who's we're not playing. You guys aren't playing Toronto again, right? Because that just seems to be
we got Florida.
Okay, oh,
we got
God,
Florida.
That's even worse. I'm so sorry. That's gonna be a great series, though.
Yeah, no.
You've got Tampa Bay versus Florida, and let's just say Tkachuk is he going to try to play? Because he was like,
yeah, they rested all their players.
Okay,
yeah.
so Tkachuk's going to play.
Yeah.
So let's just say Kuch comes in and just lops Tkachuk's head off and just gives him a slash across the beak, splits him wide open, and then when he's on there, he spits on him when he's on the ice. Totally not Kucherov's way. Kucherov would put a knee out there, if anything. If anything. I mean, and that's just Kuch. He's a powerful skater. He's a power forward. He has the ability. He lowers his knee sometimes. And that's the only thing that anyone can ever say negative about Kucherov, if anything. Or that he waits until the last 10 games to go ahead and get the scoring title, which is just ridiculous and bad for Nathan McKinnon. Let's say...
Whoa. Hold on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hold on.
Yeah.
For the record, let's get on to the hockey thing.
Hurry up.
Just for a second.
Hurry up.
Okay. I rooted for McKinnon to win the title. I am not a Cooch fan.
Okay.
The guy takes way too less shots.
I know.
When he should be.
I know.
When he should be. It's like the goalie can go. All the goalie. You watch the goalie. He turns around and he knows that he's going to pass the puck. But anyway,
no. Listen, I'm not a Cooch fan either, but I also hate the fact that he was 21 points behind 30 days ago, and then all of a sudden he turns it on. And I think it doesn't matter. Who cares? Who gives a shit about a scoring title? We want the cup. You want the cup. We all know. Okay. So my point is say Tkachuk does that and spits on him. What type of suspension do you think that would mean in the regular season for Cooch?
Well, since he's a superstar, it's not going to be as much as the guy who's going to get a suspension for that cheap shot the other night.
Okay. We're digressing. Jay, that's not true. So if he slashes him across the eyes and then spits on him, he's gone for, in the regular season, he's gone for 15 to 20 games. I don't care. He's gone. If it's that blatant and then he spits on him, he's fucked. Because look at Connor McDavid with a simple cross-check in the back of the head, got 3 games, and that's Connor McDavid. So he goes for 20 games. But let's just say,
you know what, you're right.
Okay,
you're right.
I know I'm
wrong.
Let's say there's a bench. Let's say there's a bench clearing brawl, and now you've got the same thing, and there are some blatant heads being pounded in the eyes, cross-checks to the face, and it's the playoffs. Are you going to go ahead and suspend the top pair defensively and the top 3 forwards? And then you've got goalies go out and meet center ice too. Are you going to suspend those guys in the playoffs? Maybe a game, if at all, maybe 2 of the players for a game? No. And the reason why you wouldn't is because too many people would go down and it would lower the ratings of the NHL. The same thing happens with this. If you take out one person, the dominoes will fall, because then you will have Republicans and Democrats turning on each other. You will see whistleblowers open up, and you will literally destroy the legislation, the Senate, judges, federal appointments, and everything that has been ratified for the last 30 years will come into question. Everything, every decision, every law, every federal decision, every circuit court decision, every appellate decision, the appointments of Supreme Court, you can't do it. And they will never allow that to happen because the convicts are running the frickin' jailhouse, dude. It's not going to happen.
I agree with you, but the reason why you brought that up in frustration, and I thought to myself, but I since I live in Florida, I've dealt with Pam Bondi as our AG, and I will tell you the one thing that don't let her looks fool you. If you were to go into court and you were the opposite side, you don't want to be going against her.
I believe this.
She's meticulous, but the problem is you brought I want to see people in handcuffs. She's going on Fox News, and I thought to myself, you're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
Yeah, she needs to do her damn job. But my fear is that Donald Trump wants to do a very particular set of things. And he wants to do them in a way because he can't make political enemies to the level that he can't function and get things done. And right now, the Republicans are all standing shoulder to shoulder. We're seeing this with the with now taxes are being brought up for donations and tips, redoing the tax code, the budget. We're seeing legislation, the Lake and Riley Act. I mean, everything is going exactly the way we want, and it looks like the midterms are going to go fairly well too. So if he throws a monkey wrench in that, and not that the America doesn't want to see it, it's not that. You start breaking apart the uniparty, Republicans are going to split. For example, today, they're floating the idea, and Donald Trump floated the idea of raising taxes on anyone who makes more than $1 million, going to 40%. And just floated that balloon. And dude, Mike Johnson jumped up with a 12 gauge and just loaded it with buckshot. I mean, and the Republicans are like, we are the lower taxes, tax refunds. We don't increase taxes on anybody. And this is, he has to stay in line somewhat with the uniparty. And if he starts taking down pegs, and he goes after Schumer, and he goes after Raskin, and he goes after Swalwell, goes after Brenner and Tapp and Strzok and Page and Comey and all of these people, one of two things are going to happen. One, he's going to get himself killed, or two, the uniparty as we know it will implode, and they will bring everything come crashing down. And I don't think that's the best thing for the United States. I believe that you make it impossible for liberals to do damage like they've done using political lawfare. I think you solidify the filibuster, you keep it in place so they can't make changes to the Constitution. I believe you do go after Citizens United with PAC money, and you go after Citizens United and repeal it, because I believe that free speech for corporations is ridiculous, and money is not speech. And then you have to go after the political action committees and the big donors, and you have to start disassembling these places like Planned Parenthood, the teachers union, and that's why he's going after the Department of Education. That's why he's defunding USAID. He's getting rid of these special interest groups that the Democrats use, and that's what they're scared of. They're not scared about money laundering. They're scared that their campaign financiers are literally being castrated. And this terrifies the Democrats. Why do you think AOC and Bernie are out there fundraising right now? They have to find other means of fundraising, and they're looking for the $1 donations and ramping that up, because they are going to lose a shit ton from the political action committees that Donald Trump is gutting. Does that make sense?
But how are they drawing all these people with, that's something I don't understand.
Well,
how is Bernie and her drawing stadiums?
Because,
I just don't get it.
Well, you saw the votes that Kamala Harris got. I mean, there are millions of supporters. Everyone thinks the votes are fake. They're not fake. A lot of people think that Joe Biden didn't get the amount of votes he did. He most assuredly did. And we know how they did with mail-in ballots. We know these things. But there are people, there are Democrats out there, man. And 51% of the country is Democrat of the voters. And people just need to understand that the largest demographic of voters out there are actually independents who aren't registered either or. Republicans and Democrats are actually the minority parties in the United States. So you have a lot of people who are young and support, a lot of people who hate Donald Trump and believe this shit about Elon Musk. So, but in the end, I don't care how many stadiums she fills, that only is indicative of 0.001% of the able-bodied voters in the United States. It doesn't matter. Now, if she starts, essentially pulling in 1.5 to 2 million phone numbers and email addresses in these events, then I got some issues. But if she's pulling in 30,000 people at each event, that's great. That's what Donald Trump did. And it took him 9 years to build his, 52 million registry of supporters. It's going to take them time, and it's probably not going to impact the midterms as well as we think. She is vying for political capital and power to run for the speakership if they overtake the House in 2026, just in case. That's what she's doing right now. She's not going to run.
And if they take the House, she's the speaker.
She's the speaker. Of course she is, because she's going to be the one who has 30 million people on an open registry that the DNC doesn't have right now. This is all about positioning so she can overtake and be the next Nancy Pelosi. And she's good at it. She irritates the right. And so did Nancy Pelosi. She's a fundraiser. AOC is demonstrating that she can fulfill the role better than Hakeem Jeffries and Schumer and everyone else. And she's not going for president. People are like, she's going to be the president. No, she doesn't want the president. There's not enough money and power in it. She wants speaker. And I wish I had her on my show, because I would expose her ass, because I know she does it. I know that's what she wants. I know that's what she's doing. And I told you she was going to do this 3 or 4 years ago. I said, watch out for AOC, dude. The chick can raise money. She was a bartender. She's good looking. She's just going to get better looking with age. She's Latin. Once she gets to the badunkadunk, it's over. Guys won't even be able to think straight. There she is.
Well, the one thing I've learned over the last 3 years, never to question your political savvy.
Yeah.
Anything, rethink your thinking on that. So yeah.
Well, Jason,
you're hockey, but you're hockey, yeah. But you're political. No,
Jason, what do you think about Landy coming back? We're going to talk about that in overtime, but and I want to get Olivia back in. Landeskog, Gabriel Landeskog, captain of the Colorado Avalanche, who's been out for 3 years with his torn knee, will be playing in the playoffs.
I think it's great. I honestly, I have no problem with that. I think I look, they have him under contract.
Yep.
I'm not this thing where he's out for the whole year and then he plays in the playoffs. That's the other team to try to beat, not complain about. That's just my thing.
I agree. I mean, I seriously doubt this guy cut open his cartilage with a skate, went through 6 rehabs, filmed a full documentary, had setback after setback, worked out, 8 to 10 hours a day 3 years ago so he could come back for this playoff. Yeah, it's a little bit of a stretch.
His name's not Mark Stone.
Right.
So.
His name's not Mark Stone. Exactly. Listen, Jay, I got to go, man. I love talking to you. Thanks for calling in, buddy.
Thanks, Jason.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye. I really like Jay. He's a good dude. Listen, I'm with you guys. 2110, Jeff Oliphant. Only my dad and select few call me Jeffrey. You may call me Jeff. You got it, Jeff. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You've earned that right.
Yes, sir, Jeffrey.
Jeffrey 4 years old.
I'm Jeffrey. I'm 4 years old.
I'm 4 years old.
Jeffrey.
She punched Jeffrey's father right in the face.
Jeffrey, would you sit down? Oh, Jeffrey.
Would you just stop touching me?
Stop touching me, Jeffrey. Jeffrey, sit down. Jeffrey.
Adults took great pride in waking Jeffrey as they walked by. Like Renfield. All right. Abrego Garcia, subject has been identified as a member of active MS-13. Right here, folks. People have been asking for it. Here it is. Continuation page from I-213 on 3/28/2019. No criminal history. Subject has been identified as a member/active of MS-13. On March 28, 2019, the Prince George County Police Gang Unit made contact with 2 suspected illegal aliens whom they had validated as active MS-13 gang members. Abrego Garcia Kilmar Armando, detained in connection to a murder investigation. The subject freely admitted being citizen and national of El Salvador by birth and that they were present in the United States illegally in 19. Oh, what? He's a family man, though. You know, just a family man. We're not done. I've got more documents. I've got them all for you, folks, because that's what we do in this show.
Oh, I see Megyn Kelly in the background. We must be watching a Megyn Kelly.
Oh, yeah.
Clip.
We're always watching Megyn Kelly. District Court of Maryland for Prince George County. Here it is. Jennifer Vasquez. Temporary protective order. Oh. Looks like Abrego got a little handy with his wife. Got a protective order.
A total family man.
Yeah, family man has a temporary protective order from Jennifer Vasquez because seems like old boy is just such a family man. He likes to use his wife as a punching bag, allegedly. Here is the actual claim. Jennifer Vasquez claims respondent punched and scratched petitioner, ripped off shirt, grabbed and bruised petitioner. Are the allegations.
Sounds like an amazing. I mean, he should be husband of the year for sure.
Dude can't hide from me, bro. I've got the skill set to look up you. Lakeisha Renee Allen, judge of the Court of Prince George's County, State of Maryland, certified that Robert Prender, whose name is subscribed in the certificate of attestation, now is, or is the time of signing and sealing the name, clerk of the Prince George Court, signed. I, Robert Prender, clerk of the Prince George, State of Maryland, certify that this order is true and correct copy of original. Certification is signed by the judge, etc., etc., etc. And that one is for later. So if everyone's like, oh, where's the evidence? There it is. Official court documents. There's the evidence. Enough. Okay? I'm sick of it. All this hockey talk. We need to hit the goal. That's soccer. Whatever.
Very, very nice try, Amy. Though.
It's good enough.
It was great.
It's good enough. We'll take it. It's good enough for government work. Folks, we'll be right back.
The Dumb Show is built on real conversations, raw, unfiltered, and fearless. Big Tech didn't like that. Facebook pulled our funding, tried to shut us down. But for over a year, you, our incredible viewers, have kept us going. Your support, your donations, your time, it all matters. Most of you spend 10 plus hours a week with us. Compare that to Netflix, maybe 5 hours a month. We believe we're worth that time. And we hope you do too. But listen, we don't want giving to feel like a burden. We want it to feel good. So take a second to ensure you're in a good spot. If you're in a place to give, that will be amazing. If not, just liking and sharing helps more than you know. Visit thedumbshow.com/donate. Whether it's PayPal, Venmo, or Mail, every bit helps to keep us going. Dumb Nation. We appreciate you more than words can say.
You look super hot right now, so don't move for the rest of the show. Just keep that.
Why don't you just take a picture?
Just keep that look. Don't move. Don't move. Don't move. Okay, don't move. Don't move. There, let me see if I can do this. There you go. And okay, don't move. All right, so Olivia's taken care of. So Liv. It looks a good picture. Karmelo Anthony, no, not the basketball player. I'm sure he plays basketball. He's black. Little humor, track. It's just funny. It's supposed to be a joke. Don't get all uptight. Oh my God, this guy's a racist. No, I am an equal opportunity employer. I insult everybody. Dude, this story is getting more and more funky. Karmelo Anthony living with family in a $900K new home, $900,000, after allegedly stabbing a rival track opponent in the chest for touching him. Interesting. Lives in a gated community, bought new car after release on bond in Austin Metcalf murder case report. Here is the video.
As it will not comply with demands from the Trump administration aimed at curbing anti-Semitism.
Oh, you sandbagging sons of mothers, New York Post. Here it is. The Texas teen accused of fatally stabbing a high school football star at the track meet allegedly lives in a $900,000 home with his family inside a luxurious gated community, despite requesting that a judge lower his $1 million bond. Now, you only have to pay 10% of the bond. Liv, how much is that?
It's the 10% of 1 million. It's 100,000, right?
$100,000. I think they can afford it. Karmelo Anthony, 17, is holed up with his family in a pricey home in the gated community, reduced to $250,000 bond, which is $25,000, folks. The estimate rent is $3,500 a month. That sounds familiar. Had a white Suburban, a black Acura, and a third sedan in the driveway on Tuesday, according to the outlet. Looks like Karmelo now has a new vehicle. They're not poor. He has a Cadillac, brand new car. And they got him a Cadillac. Life must be hard. Now,
They bought him a car after stabbing a white guy.
Well, yeah, here's the thing. A lot of people are telling me, hey, Matt, you're wrong. This new place, it's not new. Oh, really? Because I have the property ID for that location that they said that they didn't buy, and it's Merity, Sandeep, and Manassa Kuchakala. And it has the actual address as 1314 Mercedes Lane, Frisco, Texas. I'm not trying to hurt anybody here, but I'm just letting you know this is public record. So if I go ahead and type in those names, and I go to here, Karmelo Anthony is safe at home. Here we are with the names of the two owners of the house, who happen to be his family. So the money from the GoFundMe, it wasn't GoFundMe, but the money for that they raised supposedly did not go for the house, is what they're saying now, that the money hasn't been released. But you're still buying a car. You're still living in a gated community.
That should be fraud. Fraud should totally be on there because that's supposed to be paying for legal fees.
Well, they're saying they haven't released the money yet, but you're working against that, right? It's not like you're not saying, well, we're going to use this money because we have, this amount of money coming for legal defense funds. It's pretty shitty.
And why are you buying a car for yourself? You're probably not going to be driving it for very much longer.
Unless they think that he can get off for some reason, or that he's justified.
They're going to use the race card. I guarantee it.
Well, right. But if they use the race card, then they're going to have to go ahead and point inwards. I just want you to watch this video. And this is him walking out of court. They're treating him like a celebrity. So somebody has Ray-Ban Meta glasses, and it's Facebook's virtual reality, whatever. I want you to listen to this exchange, and you tell me what you think about this kid. Here it is.
All right. Come on, man. Just follow back behind us. Just stay close, okay?
Karmelo, do you have anything that you'd like to say, Karmelo? Do you have anything that you'd like to say to the victim, to the family of the victim? Why were you armed, sweetheart? Karmelo, why were you armed at school? Explain your self-defense. How is this self-defense?
Excuse me.
Karmelo,
Is there anything you want to say to the community that's donated?
They're not wearing their seatbelts and they're driving. That should be another thing.
I was going to say.
Yeah. You're not that important. And why the hell is she calling him sweetie?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's going to be.
I'll be like, yo, bitch, give me your digits.
She's going to write the first letter when he goes to jail. That's going to be his first pen pal right there.
My gripe is I can't wait till they find out that this money came from the NAACP or the Rainbow Coalition or Jesse Jackson. This is a high-profile racial case. This is what they live for. I want to know who's paying for his defense fund because they haven't released the money from. Listen, a good capital murder case on the national level like this is $1.5 million just starting, and that's just to get to discovery. That's not even trial. I mean, this is a $3 to $5 million case. Where's the money coming from? I want to know who put them on retainer because they had lawyers so fast. Don't tell me that these are family lawyers. Nobody has a criminal defense for a capital murder lawyer on retainer. I'm just letting you know. We have a family lawyer on retainer. We have a person who can do our will. We have a person who's a probate. We have a person who's a business attorney. We have accountants. But we don't have a capital murder lawyer. Now, I do pay for my USCAA for my insurance if I happen to get into a gunfight and that person loses. You got to have insurance for that. But who's paying for this? I want that to be disclosed. And the cool thing, the Freedom of Information Act is going to give us that. I'm just waiting for Judicial Watch or one of these people to release it. But I promise you the name Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, Rainbow Coalition, NAACP is somewhere you're going to hear one of those names.
Probably.
So, Angela Hills wished it could be more. You know what? We don't. It's perfect. Don't ever apologize. We thank you so much. The fact that you guys even give us anything is amazing, and we love you for it. Here's some photos real quick. Just want to pass this to you. He looks like Michael B. Hawkins or whatever is it. What is his name?
Michael B.
Jordan. Yeah. I don't like Michael B. Jordan. Here's the house. Nice. Typical Texas house. Very similar to our house right now.
Oh, that's a Texas house.
Oh, yeah. He's in Texas.
Oh, and that's a $900,000 Texas house?
Yeah, but look at
Holy
it.
cow.
You can see.
That's a very big Texas house.
Yeah, that's our house. That's our house right now. That's what we've got.
Yeah, our house in Texas was amazing, and it was $375.
Yeah, and that house was a palace. This is our house right now. I mean, it's huge. This is, 6-7 bedroom, huge, 5,500 square foot. Here's his Cadillac. Oof, must be nice.
That's an expensive Cadillac.
Must be nice. So you kill somebody. You win
what is
a
going
lottery.
on, Don't Unfriend Me Nation? Matthew Spear from the Don't Unfriend Me show. I want to talk to you about Wimkin.com. Now, Jason Shepard and the Wimkin team came into my life about 1.5 years ago. They were saying that it's not a Twitter knockoff, that it's just like Facebook, it's fully encrypted, completely safe, and your privacy is paramount. You can live stream, it's 100% made in the USA. And I took a little time, I'm not going to lie. I wanted to make sure that this was the right company, and it took me a little bit to research and take part in the network, and I will tell you that I am 100% right behind Wimkin. Jason Shepard has created an amazing network where people who are sick and tired of being censored and pushed around by big tech, this doesn't happen on Wimkin. He protects your privacy, and he's willing to stand up to the government and anyone who tries to get it. He's already done it once. It doesn't make him very popular, and that's why he needs shows like us and people like you to support him, to get behind him, and to ensure that the most important thing that we all possess is the right to freedom of speech and to share our voices across this great country. Join Wimkin.
Classic, Loretta,
over at
classic.
Wimkin.com today.
So very smart.
That was good.
So very smart. Killer ride, Loretta says. Folks, we're $144.99. We're halfway to goal. $150. We've got 200 and some odd on right now. If everyone gave $1, we would crush it and hit it. Oh, Carrie Spricks, $5.65. With warmer weather and being outside more, I'll be relying on your show for the news, and we will provide it. Thank you, Carrie. We appreciate you very, very much. I always appreciate chatting with you. Scott Jennings. Just anybody who walks into the lion's den and does what this guy does, it's yeoman's work. I'll tell you what. Scott Jennings decides to go in and go after CNN. This is a good video. We're going to watch this real quick and enjoy. If you're looking for a pee break, now's the time to live.
First of all, I'm more than happy to hear the congressman say they're all going to El Salvador. I think for Republicans, this just confirms what we have believed about the Democratic Party and why it currently has a 21% approval rating in Congress.
Robert Garcia is the new asshole of the Democratic Party. It seems like when one goes down, 5 pop up. This guy, I have a feeling he'll be a part of the squad here shortly. They don't have any Mexicans in their group, so they need to bring one in, if I'm not mistaken. Since Bowman left, they have an opening for the squad. Here it is.
Look where the energy in the Democratic Party is. It's around retrieving illegal aliens from El Salvador. It's around fighting for these college campuses that have been rife with anti-Semitism. It's around biological males who want to play in girls' sports. This is why they are losing to Donald Trump every day, because the energy that Democrats feel comes on all these issues that are
Amy, go get some rest. It's an order. We'll handle band duties. Get out of here.
Fundamentally not where the American people are.
Congressman, one second. Congressman,
Actually,
can I give you the chance to respond to that?
Donald Trump. Yeah, I mean, it's Donald Trump that's actually losing the support of the American people. Donald Trump's not focused on lowering the costs of housing, not focused on lowering the price of goods. He's out there deporting people that have legal status to be here, revoking student visas from students that are contributing to this country.
He doesn't have legal status to be here, Congressman. He has a deportation order. You're going to go to El Salvador. You're going to go to maybe go to the grocery store. Like, there's an issue here where you could possibly win on, but you're going to El Salvador instead.
It's okay that someone walking into getting their citizenship, walking into their citizenship test, their citizenship meeting, is being apprehended on the way into their next process, which just happened to somebody in Vermont, and it's happening now across the country. Students are being deported and revoked of their student visas.
Please.
Many are not being told why that's the case. That should not be happening in the United States. And certainly, someone shouldn't be deported and being left in a prison in a foreign country when the Supreme Court says it should be returned back. And so
that's not what the Supreme Court said.
And by the way, as Democrats and as a Congress and a government, we should be able to do multiple things at the same time. We should be able to take on billionaires who are raiding the government. We should be able to take on Elon Musk, who has no business being in charge of Doge. And yes, protecting the civil rights and human rights of people that are in this country and entrusted to us. And so, yes, Scott, we can do all of those things. And it's Donald Trump who actually defined the Supreme Court and whose numbers are going down.
Get him, Scott.
I would also just say to your the energy from Democrats on these issues, let's also look at the elections that have taken place since November of 2024. You've seen the Republican agenda start to be rejected. You saw it rejected in Wisconsin, where Elon Musk was at the center of the race there. You saw Democrats with an enormous amount of energy and independents with an enormous amount of energy come out and reject the agenda. So, I think let's look at where the electoral voice of Americans has been since Trump was elected.
Can I ask the Congressman one question? Do you believe that Garcia should come back to the United States and be allowed to live here indefinitely?
I think that Garcia is allowed to due process. That's
Do
what I believe.
you think he should be able to stay in the United States indefinitely, or would you support him being sent to another country?
What I would support is for him to be able to have due process in this country, which he's being denied of right now.
No, he's already had it.
All right, Congressman, I do appreciate.
So I've shown you the paperwork. I already showed it to you. He's had 2 court-appointed and immigration courts decide that he should face deportation. This guy got married in order to stop it. He has got some pretty serious claims from his significant other of spousal abuse. There's been claims of child sex trafficking, sex trafficking. He's had multiple people claim that he's MS-13, including a detective. Of course, they're discrediting the detective now and saying that it doesn't count. It's funny. If somebody said, if there was a 87-year-old man who said Donald Trump touched me in a dressing room, they would literally make this person the next Gandhi. But a cop says, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, no, he's crooked. So we know what's going on. Liv, any thoughts on this? Or is it just that it's just more Democrat bullshit?
It is. It's anything Donald Trump says right now, the Democrats will stand against the opposite.
Yeah, it's pretty safe.
I mean, I knew they'd hit an all-time low when he called MS-13 members animals, and Nancy Pelosi comes out and says that they're fine people. So
right.
I mean, really? Okay, but this does not shock me in the least, and I think a lot of these people either their seat isn't up in midterms.
Yes, exactly.
I think what's going on is you're going to see the ones who their seats are up, they're going to start towing the line, and they're going to kiss ass to their constituents so they get reelected. And the ones that aren't are going to continue with their TDS and screaming what a bad person Orange Evil Man is.
Right.
So,
Orange Man bad.
Orange Man bad. I think that's what's going on. But I think it's going to get old. I think a lot of...
I think it already is.
It is to us.
No. Look what America just did. They put Donald Trump.
Exactly.
Listen, honestly, did you even remotely, with one scintilla of your body, and what a sexy body it is, did you think that Donald Trump was going to be the president in 2024? Honestly. In 2020.
No.
And if anyone says it, they're liars.
The way he went out, I was like, there's no way he's coming back.
There's no way he's coming back.
No way he's coming back from what he did.
It was the biggest resurrection since Jesus.
But I mean, I think their constituents are going to start seeing through what they're doing. And I think they're getting real sick of it.
Yep.
And it's hopefully they'll just stop. I mean,
come on.
I mean,
hope shit in one hand and wish in the other and see which one fills up first.
It's kind of, it's kind of like in middle school. Middle school is where all the big bullies are. And that's where I was made fun of mercilessly. And then you get into high school and majority of it stops. And then you got that one a-hole that thinks it's still funny and continues to bully. But when he tries to get the rest of the class in on it, like they used to, and they just kind of go, oh, whatever, and ignore him and walk away, he gets over it real quick.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that's where this is going to go soon, that hopefully they will all have graduated and go into high school, and hopefully there's only going to be a few of them left. But you know what? Keep it up, because that's great for the Republican Party.
Yeah, well, that's my point. They don't know how.
Up.
We did a video on this today. They don't know how to stop. Because they don't know what they're fighting for. All they're doing is just throwing stuff at the wall to see if it sticks. This isn't going to change anytime soon. Here is Jamie Raskin on.
Sorry, Melanie said he should.
Did you get that other one in? I asked you to get in. It's really important.
Yeah, no, it's right here. We were talking.
Post it.
We were talking about it.
Post it. Interrupt us.
Okay.
This one's
Sorry.
huge.
Always.
No. We need to get going. Steve Cornett. I have been very busy and I have missed watching live. Well, we have missed you watching live, Steve. Thank you so much, Stephen. We appreciate your donation. That puts us at $199. We're $100 away. We'd love to get that out of the way so we can go into overtime and give you a little extra time. Sorry, honey. Anything else?
Melanie was like, Trump should talk about reparations and see what the Dems do.
I was just going to say that. I said he should talk about being against voter ID and watch the Democrats put voter ID in place, and then we'll never have a Democrat win again.
He should just use, yeah.
Well, that's what he's doing. That's why the 80-20 split. What he does is he takes the 80% of America agrees, and then Democrats have to take an unfavored position on everything. Men and women's sports, that's what they're going to die on that hill.
Apparently
Illegals, gang members, they're going to die on that hill. Killing a baby at 9 months, you're going to die on that hill. Well, it's going to cost you every single election until the cows come home. Here is Cuomo, former CNN host who was fired, and Jamie Raskin. And oh God, I love that he took it to Raskin. Raskin's a POS. Just a horrible. This is a guy that wore a do-rag and he had his hair during cancer. It's just like, dude, bro, please. Rosemary Binder just subscribed. Thank you, Rosemary. Subscribing over to the Facebook group, $1.99 over there. All the dummies are over there. There's about, 80 of them over. And you can go over and say hi. And we share posts and stuff like that and chat it up. And it's just a small group for $2. There's really no other benefit except for the discounts you get on product, which is a huge benefit. We sell some great stuff over at the show. We sell some coffee, books, shirts, hats, all great stuff. 5-star on all of our product. And let me tell you, when you get a shirt from the Donut Friendly Show, it's high quality stuff. We don't buy crap. It's a little bit more money, and that's the reason, is because it's high quality. I've had this stuff for 4 years. Anyone will tell you our stuff is amazing. Give it a shot. Give it a try. Enjoy. Here is this video. Enjoy this. Jamie Raskin is on the hot seat. He's looking rough, by the way.
Yes, he is.
I understand where you're arguing on the facts with this. That's why I don't understand the motivation behind former President Biden coming out and saying Trump's coming for your Social Security. When they ask him about the benefit structure for any of the entitlements, he says, I'm not going to touch it. And we don't know about anything in the budget negotiation where they want to change the benefit structure. Why scare people with he's coming for your Social Security?
Listen.
Well, I can't say for sure about Donald Trump, but I'll tell you with 100% certainty, Elon Musk is coming for your Social Security. The guy called it the greatest Ponzi scheme in the history of the world.
It is.
He clearly wants to take down Social Security. They've already sacked 7,000 workers at Social Security. It's impossible to get through on the phones. They tell you, well, just go to the offices, but they're trying to close dozens of Social Security offices around the country. So that's not made up. That's just reality. They're proud of that. So Donald Trump seems to have savvier political instincts about Social Security than Elon Musk and the right wing, which has been trying to privatize it for decades. But I'm telling you right now, and I'm willing to stand on this, your Social Security is not safe with these people in charge of the government.
Wow, that changed because listen, wasn't it just a couple months ago that it was Donald Trump
going for
it and Project, what was it? Project 2020 something or other? I don't remember. Something
2025.
Oh yeah, was that it? Yeah, something that's out the window now. Donald Trump has no desire. Elon Musk doesn't want to destroy Social Security. He wants to make Social Security more efficient. He wants to upgrade the system so you don't have to have 7,000 people working there. It should be automated. And you should have a choice with your Social Security, whether it gets reinvested into some sort of savings account, whether it actually gets put into stocks as like a 401k situation. Hi, baby. Oh, my darling. Hello. Hello, my puppy. Hello. How's my baby? Go see mommy. Go see mommy. Go get mommy. There she comes to mommy. Greatest dog in the world. We so absolutely love her. Got a little picture that we can show. I know we're interrupting, but it doesn't matter. This is cool.
Everyone loves the Ash update.
Here is a picture. First of all, this is Ash 2 months ago. Why are you taking the kitty? You want her. Okay. Here is a picture of Ash 2 months ago. Oh, look at how small and tiny. Just a little baby. And here is Ash today. Oh my God. In 2 months, this dog is bigger than Hayden. Look at her head. This dog is giant. We had no idea. So Ash is officially Ooge.
And she'll be 6 months tomorrow, which means she's still a growing.
Yeah, she's got another year of growth. So they're saying that she could be 65 to 70 pounds. And you know what? We're fine with it. We think it's awesome. So we're really excited.
Yeah, she's like bigger than me. I'm not a small kid.
No, Hayden's not tiny.
And she's almost bigger than me. That's like insane.
Yeah, she's a beautiful puppy. All right, let's rock and roll. We've got a couple of other things to talk about tonight. We are literally $100 away from overtime, and we've got 10 minutes to do it. If we're going to do it, we got to hit it, folks. Got to put on the gas. This has been where we get to about that 200, 250 mark. Thank you for the downvote, whoever just did it. I know it wasn't meant to be a downvote. Go on YouTube and fix it. It's a fat finger thing. I know you do it every time, and we love you. Please, that one person who always downvotes us, please fix it or don't. It's up to you. Next topic, Livy.
Yes.
We are going.
Hang on one second. Somebody asked a question about Ash. Jane, she's wearing that. It's called a surgery suit. That way she won't lick her stitches. That way she doesn't have to wear a cone or a donut or anything around her neck. So it's more comfortable. And she's got to keep it on until the stitches go away.
Yeah. Pretty simple. So last night, my daughter walks in and sends this picture to us. And Leroy and I saw it and it was like this big. That's how it was on a phone. And the first thing that it really looks like is a supersonic contrail. And when something's going supersonic, the contrail it leaves is very different than a standard passenger liner going 500 miles an hour. When it's going supersonic, it actually doesn't really leave a contrail unless it's in certain situations and circumstances. And when it does, you usually see it. It's very sporadic. It's a very broken contrail. And a lot of people just look at it as blooming clouds, or it's their, chemtrails. Morons. So once we blew it up and looked at it, my first thought was drones, because it doesn't look high altitude in any way, shape, or form. It probably looks at a couple thousand feet, but little did I know that it was twilight. And if I would have known it was twilight, then I could tell you that at that altitude, the sun is still up and is within line of sight of the curvature and illuminating something in the troposphere or the thermosphere or the ionosphere, wherever the hell it's at, depending upon its height. So we did some research and we found out that it's Starlink. And I'm like,
it was so interesting. I'm the one who saw it because I was out taking Ash to the bathroom and I was bending down trying to get her to come to me. And I looked up and I'm like, what in the hell is this thing? I'm like, so I sat there and watched it for like 30 seconds. Then I ran upstairs. I'm like, Ethan, Hayden, come on here. What is this? Hayden's like, it's a shooting star. It's a meteor. I'm like, no. This is not. I'm like, I've seen shooting stars. I'm like, this thing is going slow compared to what a shooting star. Shooting stars are super quick. And I'm like, it's not an airplane. I'm like, what in the world? And it seriously, from over the mountains to the back of the house, then we went out to the front. It took about 5 minutes for it to completely pass. That's why I was like, this is interesting. So yeah, I'd never seen anything like that.
I am so glad this wasn't up a few months ago when everyone was thinking that Chinese drones are in, or we would all be dead.
Yeah.
Like literally the entire world would have taken a proverbial shit the bed. This is not a non-geosynchronous orbit, but these are satellites that are in orbit. So they are not going to gain and close speed. They're not going to increase speed, decrease speed, unless they start seeing atmospheric resistance, which they most assuredly will, but not for decades upon decades upon decades. This is an amazing sight to see.
It's very cool.
And I've seen drones do very similar things to like this, but they're moving way too fast for drones. You can see just based on the altitude, these things are moving at thousands of miles an hour. But based relative on the altitude, I saw a freezing picture. So I wanted to show you what this is. It's a fantastic phenomena. I went ahead and read up on all of this, and it is just an amazing thing. You can track these satellites, but it's pretty damn cool. It's going to be there for a long time. This isn't going anywhere, and you will see these satellites continue this uninterrupted going around, and you can see them right around twilight in certain areas, and you can track them and find out when they'll be in your area. Enjoy this, and that's it. And as far as bumping into each other, well, that's not the way this works, right? They're not independently. There's no the potential energy of these it's already kinetic. It's not kinetic. So this energy is being not decreased or increased or not being spent. They are literally in free fall. So gravity is making them move. And the free fall is so minute, but the energy of them spinning in orbit by the Earth's spin and the Earth's rotation is with zero resistance and zero friction and a zero-G environment, ultimately get them up to an incredible 17,320 some odd miles an hour. And they are in free fall.
So, okay, so this is Starlink for internet. So,
Yes.
but they're flying all over the world, right?
Yeah, they've got them all over the place. But these particular satellites are providing service when they go, and they have a mesh network. So these satellites mesh out to other satellites and send the signal. That's how it works.
I wonder if these were up on Christmas Eve. Someone says I would have thought they were Santa and his reindeer.
Wouldn't that be neat?
That would be so cool.
Wouldn't that be neat? Still 200 some odd people on. Great to see. Plus, we have a whole bunch over on Wimkin and Rumble. That's also great to see. Folks, we are at 8:56. I'm hoping for all I need is a miracle. All I need is you. We gotta wrap it up here.
Let that miracle happen.
82.89 Mel Low, $1 for each Facebook viewer on right now. Gosh darn it, Mel, we love you. We're gonna go in overtime. Listen, you got 3 minutes. 3 minutes, folks. We need $18 to go in overtime. Come on, we need to do it. Let's make it happen, and we'll play a quick commercial. Be right back.
The Dumb Store is veteran-owned with a 5-star diamond rating for service and satisfaction. We offer quality products like coffee, shirts, hoodies, and hats, all made by veterans. Shop with confidence, backed by hundreds of 5-star reviews. Use code DUMB10 to save 10%. Visit thedumbshow.com today. Thank you for your support.
You're going to want to see this next one because it's Megyn Kelly, and we love Megyn Kelly. Hey, there we go, Brian. Love the show. $10.80. We have hit goal. Yes. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Wow.
That's outstanding. We really appreciate it, everybody. Thank you so much for helping us hit our goal. Can't thank you enough. You guys are amazing. Oh, CJ, oh my gosh. 61st birthday tomorrow. We'll be in the mountains with no cell service. Please don't sing.
All right, so we'll wrap it.
1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear CJ. Happy birthday to you.
Yes! 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 Oh! 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 Oh, God. Oh.
I'll have what she's having. CJ.
One of the best parts of that movie.
Yeah, but one of the only parts of that movie. CJ, thank you so much for crushing goal for us. We do
Not
appreciate it.
Beyond, I apologize.
Now we get to see Megyn Kelly. This is even better. It's like Christmas. This is amazing. Here it is. Megyn Kelly's opinion on AOC. Oh, she looks lovely. Look at her hair. It's off to the side. Looks very pretty.
I'm just going to start taking pictures of Megyn Kelly and like trying to make myself look like her.
You are much prettier than Megyn Kelly.
Thank you.
Yeah. She's just, yeah. Here it is.
If it's campaign trail, I don't know what we're calling it, but this like fight the oligarchy tour with Bernie Sanders, from which, you know, venue to venue, she travels first class, sipping her champagne, you know, in the first class cabin as the losers and plebs walk by to coach. They're the ones she's really fighting for. And she's decided to ramp up her anti-Trump rhetoric in a way she's done before, but that could be deeply problematic for her if Trump actually decides to pay some attention to her. Listen to her just the other day, SOT 11.
Donald Trump is a criminal who was found guilty.
You call me a bad boy. You do it, AOC. Call me a criminal. Call me a dirty convict. Oh, tell me you're going to touch my felony.
I wonder if she'll spank him
I
for
hope
being a bad boy.
I will stand it. Donald, I'll take the hit.
4 felony counts of fraud. Liable for sexual abuse. Of course he's lying and abusing and manipulating the stock market too. When he talks about rapists and criminals.
What the fuck is that? What the fuck is it?
He should look in the mirror.
Okay. Clearly saying that Donald Trump is a racist. Rapist. She also thinks he's a racist. He's all the ists. But here, she's in deep trouble because he was not found liable for rape. And George Stephanopoulos just had to pay ABC some $15 million to President Trump to settle a defamation lawsuit for saying that.
Yeah, but political commentary, you pretty much can get to say whatever you want. It's, but this.
Look, she's going to cry again. Oh, if I only had a brain.
So hot.
So I
So
wish I
dumb.
could say this is my own, but JD said it.
But that's never stopped you before.
No, that's true. Donald Trump, his new theme song needs to be Smooth Criminal.
Oh, yeah. Wouldn't that be great?
That would be, I would love it. The next time he goes on a rally and he steps out in Smooth Criminal. Oh man, that would be like perfect.
Hey, Melanie Marino. Oh my gosh, I will do more after I pay the vet and ranch fee. That's plenty. That's unbelievable. Thank you so much. Thank you. Seriously, thank you. I don't know what else to say. Yeah.
Nobody's brain is on a vacation far away. When he speaks, it makes you wonder. He doesn't even know what he wants to say. And we know he likes the girls a whole lot younger. Biden's gonna lose to 45.
47.
There's nothing anyone can do. Democrats won't survive.
Yeah, I've got to play it, folks. I got to play the Donald Trump tariff song. And it's become kind of a thing that we do when we hit gold. We're going to do it again. Here it is.
Wait.
Oh,
Mr. Stillwell, because he did it right in the middle of the song. So JD said, thanks again for a great show. Donated 1516.
oh, JD. Hey, thanks, buddy. Hey, JD, I saw Dumb Club. Don't worry about that. Totally cool. I understand. You took my advice for last night. I just was hoping you weren't mad at us, so that's good to see. We love you. Here's the song, and then we're going to finish up with hockey playoffs. This will be fun. We've got some. I want you to hear Olivia and how much she loves hockey. Here it is. Hey, Matt, you should watch our debates tomorrow. Okay, send me a link. Oh, it won't play.
What is it?
Oh, I don't know. It's the Trump song. So we can't play it. I was gonna play it, but we can't play it because for some reason it's not playing. That's the way this works. So although not the most popular thing, but you guys know we love hockey, and I think you guys at least appreciate the fact that my wife and I love hockey. There was...
Speaking of hockey.
What? Stephen Cornett, goal, $20. NHL Tonight was on. And they were talking... By the way, Tyler Seguin is back.
I saw.
I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, he came back for the last game of the season.
If Heiskanen comes back, they're saying maybe game 4. And honestly, I'm not too concerned about it. I think the Avalanche are going to play a very good game, and they're either going to win or going to lose. And that's what I have learned. Isn't it amazing that works that way? Sorry, I'm trying to find this. It sucks. I thought I saved it, and I obviously didn't. Let me check my bookmarks. Mom?
Yes.
Russian communist leader. Go.
What?
Stalin. Start Stalin.
I was like, what are you talking about?
Stalin, hurry up.
Stalling. Okay, so should I start talking
Just
hockey?
say something.
I don't know what to say. CJ, happy birthday.
Is that really what you're going to do?
Yeah.
That's the best you got?
Yeah.
Oh my God, woman. Please.
Matt, were you able to listen to the video Mel Lowe sent you?
Not yet.
Not yet, Mel. He said he will.
I will most assuredly do it. Oh God. Livy, sometimes I wish you could ad lib.
I don't. I'm not a good ad libber.
It's like a deer in headlight. All right, so why don't you just give him a recap real quick on Landy?
Okay, so Landy is the Colorado Avalanche team captain. He's the youngest captain in their history. And back in 2021, 2022, he got right above his right knee cut with a skate, total by accident. Had to have surgery on it. Came back for the playoffs. He was out for like a month and a half. Came back for the playoffs. We won the cup, but during the entire time he was in a lot of pain. He played through it, just like majority of the team played through something. Nichushkin had a broken foot. Gerard.
Everybody's injured.
Gerard had a broken sternum or rib. Freaking Kadri had a broken hand. Yeah, everyone had something broken. So he had surgery after the 2022 season was over, and thinking he was going to come back. You got it?
Just go.
Okay, thinking he was going to come back, and he has been out for 3 seasons. He has not played since the Stanley Cup Finals in 2022.
Great dude. Amazing human being. It's a good success story. He's well appreciated, well loved. He is going to be back for the playoffs. And I wanted to have this on here to kind of tell you the story, because you're going to have to hear it, because we're hockey fans. And
if you can't tell.
Olivia knows more about hockey than any man I know, hands down. I would love for her to go and chirp some of these analysts because I think she would crush most of them. And that's just my opinion. Here is a quick video. Don't leave. It's only a couple minutes. I know you're not hockey fans, but it doesn't matter. Just listen.
For the Eagles, it's going to be an opportunity for take that next step, and the next step is National Hockey League. So gigantic opportunity. I think the bigger picture, and Gabe would probably tell you that too, is that the whole team's healthy. I mean, when this whole team's healthy, dude, they could win another Stanley Cup.
Great point.
So, man, I just, since we haven't seen them, I mean, Gabe Landeskog's that missing piece that's been out for quite some time, but we really haven't seen this team healthy since even they made all the changes when Chris McFarland went out and really transformed this team.
So because they're fully healthy, I'm confused. Is he going to play? Is he playing? It sounds like, is he going to play game one, or they're fully healthy and then now they have a tough decision?
Yeah, that's a good point.
It includes him, but
he's in the lineup.
Doesn't mean he's in the lineup, right? So I know we talked about it yesterday. Yeah, he's played 2 games. He's been out a long time.
Yeah.
Would you put him in if you're Bednar? It's a tough decision, right? It's like heart and soul
It's
guy,
a very
but
tough decision. You want to have him, and do you give him game one and then see how?
Let me explain something real quick. Gabriel Landeskog with one leg is better than still probably 50% of the current NHL. He can sit in front of the net and tip pucks all day. He is probably one of the best deflection frontmen in the NHL. It's where he spends 35, 40% of his goal scoring is right there. And there is one thing that the Avs need on the power play. They already have a deadly blue line outside shot. They have a great right shot defense, and they have an amazing left shot with Natchez on the top power play. And Charlie Coyle has quietly scored 10 points in 8 games. So when you go ahead and you put Landeskog in front of the net, you now have not only a multi-dimensional power play, you have every single person on the ice can score. And that doesn't happen. So Landy is incredible. Now he's going to get hacked. Goalies are going to go after his knee, and if you don't think they're going to shoot it up and they don't think they're going to wrap it tighter than a freaking guy sleeping with a Taiwanese prostitute, they are. He's going to play. He is the soul of this team. He is literally just loved by every player. And if you have not watched sports, go watch this series because it's going to be, this hands down, Dallas and Colorado will probably be the best series of the entire playoffs. And also Florida and Tampa Bay is going to be a great series.
That's just they kick each other's ass all day long.
I would like to see Florida and Washington more, and then just have Tampa Bay bounce Toronto, but we're not going to get that.
Edmonton playing LA, aren't they?
Yeah, it's going to be the Kings. Well, dude, you see what they did to Byfold? No, they cross-checked him in the face.
Who?
Darnell Nurse cross-checked him in the face and took him out of the game, headhunted him. And Kings are going to go, they're going after McDavid. They've already called him out.
Good.
And NHL Bettman has said, wait, if you guys retaliate, and they're like, we don't fucking care. You took out our number 1 goal scorer. You took out the future of this organization. McDavid and Draisaitl.
Is Nurse suspended?
Yeah, well, I don't know yet. But they just happened the other night.
Isn't Draisaitl already out? Or
yeah,
did he come back?
Well, they're going to play. Everyone's going to play. You know that. But they're going to go after Draisaitl. They're going to go, and you just take out his knee. And you know where McDavid's sore. He got a cross check in the ribs on his left side.
Mm-hmm.
So you just put one right in his ribs, you break his ribs, and you take him out, and now we're even. And good, because the Edmonton Oilers are just dirt. They're just dirt.
They are.
He's a cherry picker. Who's a cherry picker? Landeskog?
I don't know who she's talking about.
Yeah. Landy's not a cherry picker.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's
Landy's job. You need a person in the front of the net on a power play. Or power play doesn't work. Goalie sees it. He can stop it. He's not a cherry picker. He's a deflector. He's like Nichushkin. He's fantastic. He's like the same way Brendan Shanahan scored goals. But he can also he does gritty goals. He cleans up around the net. He's not a cherry picker. That's Ovechkin's a cherry picker.
Nurse is a dirty player.
Yeah, Darnell Nurse is a horrible human being. He's shit. So let's see if I can pull up this Nurse hit, and then we'll stop. We don't get to talk hockey enough.
Who's the other dude who hit Kadri 3 years ago on Edmonton?
God.
Who came
How
from
can I not
San Jose?
remember the gambler?
Yeah, came from San Jose. Is he still there?
Yeah.
On Edmonton?
Oh my God.
He's a dirty player.
And it's not Seth Jones. I don't know why I keep thinking Seth Jones. The only other black player. I'm such a horrible human being. Give me a second because I'm on something else. One game.
Out of the ice said pushes the back.
Game?
Yeah. Here it is. Here it is.
Freaking McDavid got more than that.
Of his head, and then a little extra at the end. Game is said Pickard makes the save and
You'll see
covers
in a
it up,
second.
but it's the driving with the head down to the ice. Said pushes the back of his head,
Oh my
and then a little
gosh.
extra at the end.
Yeah, that's not intentional or
It's
anything,
interesting.
really.
Chris Knobloch this morning, guys, we talked, what do you try to get? He said details. Try and stick to our defensive details. The entire group, they played yesterday. They're missing a ton of guys.
First he
But
drags
if
him
it's
to the
not
ice.
on their way in a parade to the penalty
Oh
box.
my
won't help
God, he
things.
like elbowed him and knocked him out. Yeah, he needs to
It's
go.
not like the officials don't
See,
have the
look at this.
perfect look at that, too, as Jean Hebert's right beside him. Oh. And he's just...
First round gone.
That's just he
needs at
you
least
get
the
him.
first
You,
round.
you hit him for 3 games.
Yeah,
you hit him
at
for
least the first round.
You hit him for 3 games.
Hit him for 4.
You hit him for 3. You don't do 4. You do 3. You got to give him a chance to get back in the series. But Darnell Nurse is a liability. He shouldn't even play. He's a shithole defenseman. But here's the thing. Evander Kane. I knew I'd think of it.
Yep.
So anyway, good conversation about hockey. I just wanted to bring it up. We're a very big fan. So if you haven't watched hockey, you should watch it. It's a great thing. Now, Mel sent me a video, and I told her I was going to watch it, and I haven't had time because honestly, I've been busy. I really am. It's been a very busy week, but I'm not too busy to watch. I don't have it. Where did you send it to me? Did you send me a messenger or did you text it to me, Mel?
Yeah, I have gone on BR and talked hockey with other fans before.
Yeah,
I went after some Minnesota fans.
I know you went after
I
Minnesota.
told them my famous joke. They didn't have too much fun with that one.
Yeah, you're not going to tell that joke again.
No.
Mel, did you text it to me or did you message me? I need you to hurry and tell me because I want to get this up here. I told you to take care of yourself. And I'm looking for the link. And is she even on?
Yeah, she's the one who said he's a cherry picker. She's on.
You called Landeskog a cherry picker? That is a...
I don't know if she was talking about Landeskog.
You better not be. I'll tell you what, them are fighting words, woman.
Yeah.
Okay,
Who's her hockey team? On the dumb site.
Oilers. To the dumb site. Just send it to me via text, can you? Send it to me, please. I just want to show you something real quick. This is the guy who had his essentially ligament in his knee replaced. He is in the green right here, and I want you to watch this cherry picker play. Kings. She's a Kings fan.
Mm. Oh, she followed Gretzky. Got
okay,
it.
all right. He's in green. Down low. Look at that. That's not a guy with a... Look at it. That's a penalty in any league. Watch the finish. That's a guy that's got moved. His knee is fine. He's healed. He's taking high contact hits. Look at this. He's getting pulled down. Pressure on that right there. He's fine. Comes in and finishes. He's going to be fine. He's going to play. He's going to play. Now, he may go out, but he'll play. All right, I'm waiting. Messenger. I don't have it, kid. I don't have it, Mel. I want to play it. We're in overtime. I want to play it. See if it's over here. See, I don't have it in Messenger either. Waiting on Mel. There it is. That a girl. Holy smokes, Mark Carney. Okay, how long is this thing? Is this like 40 minutes? Let me see. 28 minutes? I don't have 28 minutes to spend on this. Okay. Can you give me the short version of this? Is there like a Cliff Notes version of this? Okay, I'm trying. All right, I'll play some of it. This better be interesting. This better blow my skirt up. That's all I'm saying, Mel. This is what $88 gets you. Gets you a little bit of time on the show. Here it is. We would do it anyway because we love Mel. She usually sends good stuff. All right, so this...
Using the right weight matters.
Right. We
the
go
body
right,
pod
right.
lets you easily understand what is the...
We don't care about your body parts, dude. Mark Carney. is business partners with Elon Trump. Canada is being sold out. All right, I'm going to listen to this.
Mel wants to know if she can call.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm going to show you how Mark Carney, Elon Musk, and Donald Trump are business partners. It really appears Mark Carney's acting in America's best interest and his own, not Canada's. Let's jump into this. What you're looking at here is my master chart of Mark Carney. If we zoom out, this is what it looks like.
Oh my God.
This is all his ties, financial ties, any sort of ties to anything. On the left side here, we're not going to look at this much today, but that's his ties to China, still building that out.
And China has shown incredible leadership, with President Xi's historic commitments to peak emissions by 2030 and to decarbonizing the Chinese economy by 2060 at the latest.
On the right side here is the ties to America. We got all the boards he sits on, along with all the boards his wife sits on. And down here is all Brookfield Asset Management, all their assets and connections. And with that, what we're talking about here today is Mark Carney and his connections to Donald Trump and Elon Musk.
President Trump's tone when it comes to Canada-U.S. relations, Canadians have noticed it's shifted a bit in the past few weeks. He stopped talking about Canada becoming the 51st state, at least publicly. I'm wondering if that's on purpose.
Now, what would be one of the worst things for a Liberal supporter who goes to Tesla dealerships to protest? Would it be the fact that Mark Carney's in business with Elon Musk? And as Donald Trump and Mark Carney worked out this whole thing, they planned everything from the start? Are they planning for Mark Carney to win this election?
Isn't that going to make them more hostile? It's impossible.
Oh my God, if my grandmother had balls, she would be my grandfather, and I'm only 3 minutes into this video. Mel, tell me what we're watching here. You're not buying this.
Well, I don't know, and that's why I sent it to you this morning, because he goes in further, whatever, with this graph and whatever, and links to Brookfield and the Kushners and whatever. And that's why I sent it to you, just because I know you have the investigative tools to go and figure out if this is fact or fiction. But when as it goes on, like, you're like, a lot of it makes a lot of sense.
Okay, well, let's listen to it real quick. Hold on.
Vice Chair ESG, Brookfield Asset Management, starting from August 2020 to 2022. Then he became chair until 2025.
With the big chart.
The CEO and chairman of Blackstone. Blackstone just recently, this is days ago.
Why I asked if I could call.
No, just hang tight. Let's listen.
Agreed to buy 49.9% of Rogers in Canada. And who sits on the board of Rogers in Canada? Jack Cockwell of Brookfield Asset Management, board of directors of Rogers since October 2021. Roger concludes definitive agreement on Canadian $7 billion equity investment. Says the deal involves Blackstone acquiring 49.9% stake, a 20% voting interest in new Canadian subsidy that will own a portion of Rogers' wireless network, while Roger maintains 50.1 equity, 80% voting interest, and full operational.
And a lot of the connections in that chart, when it goes back and forth, because Carney's a thief, and he's whatever. And I believe the part that he is engaged with whatever, and then with Trump backing off on calling Canada the 51st state and doing whatever, and wanted to talk to him after the election, and things just started to get really creepy and weird when I saw that today. But I thought I'd send it to you because I know if you get 15 seconds or whatever, you can go and analyze that chart that's on that podcast or that video and see if you can make more sense.
Well, I'm already looking at it right now. I mean, first of all, he's heavily leveraged into Fidelity Investments, which is he's not making those purchases. That's 401k. If you're involved with Fidelity Investments and that's your number one, where all your shares are owned through, those are purchased off of trends and your settings in 401k and investment.
But it's his links to all these weird companies, like whatever, that come back to the whatever. And Brookfield is a real catalyst, and with the oil, the pipelines and stuff that got sold off up here to companies, is like it was started to make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And that's why I said, if you can go like whatever and take 15 seconds or whatever, because I know you're fast.
I will. No, I'm serious. Yeah. And I know the program he's using. I've used this program myself.
Yeah.
I will go into it. I mean, here's the thing. Have you seen the billionaire chart that shows over the last 75 years the overall ebbs and flows of the highest dollar amount billionaires in the country. Have you seen that?
Yes.
Right. And these guys are going to invest in what is working and what sells. And Brookfield is the new Enron, is the new Halliburton, is BlackRock. And these guys just literally play God with their money. And so this doesn't surprise me, but where I'm interested is why is he saying that there's ties between Elon Musk and Trump? Because Elon Musk, he has investment in PayPal, he has investment in Starlink or Tesla. So do I.
Yeah, well, if like I said, if you follow the links and whatever, and it was more related to the Jared Kushner and Jared's brother, I think, whatever.
Saudi Arabia.
But also the offshore funds, and also the Carney thing with China, because he's big with China, like he's huge. So that's why I thought you could go through that better than me and understand and follow whatever. Because to me, Carney is a snake, and
I agree with you.
There's lots of whatever, but that chart this morning and the explanation with that guy on the YouTube, whatever, I'm like, it made my hair stand up on end. So that's why
I'm going to watch the whole thing. I give you my commitment, and like, you don't need to make 6 degrees of separation for me to believe that Donald Trump and Elon Musk rub shoulders with some pretty nefarious people. They're all that way.
No. Well, no, and that's not what, like, because I like Trump, and I'm totally like, what they're doing is 1,000%, which needs to be needed, but Carney's not buying into like whatever. So, and that's where they're trying to link this YouTube, whatever, because he's Canadian, whatever, going, yes, but Carney's not, he's dirty. He's dirty, and he's dirty in more ways than whatever. And that's where they're trying to. And then also just because, and it's true, Trump obviously backed off. As soon as Trudeau was out, he backed off on his 51st state, whatever, and did make the, because it was on video saying, yeah, we'll talk after the election. I'm like, and then that showed up this morning. I'm like, oh, please don't buy in and back this guy, because this is not what we need right now. Like,
well, I think Trump's not stupid, right? He's gonna know.
I know, but Trump says he'd rather back a liberal than a conservative on that one video, whatever. And I'm like, that I didn't like, because I'm like, now you're stewing us again for another 4 years of another corrupt government. Like,
yeah, I think Donald Trump should stay out of Canadian politics and focus on U.S. politics.
Yeah, I agree with that one.
But also, I understand what he's doing. He wants to create dissension. He wants to create uprising. And if you're going to have one guy stir the pot on your election to favor your results, you know damn well Donald Trump doesn't want a liberal. He says things. This guy knows how to get into the craw of the reporters and the media and the people. For some reason, he has some sort of plan here. And I'm not saying trust the plan. You know, I'm the last guy to ever say that. But
with Canadian voters, you can't play that game because they're not that smart. So,
well,
like,
neither are Americans. Let's be fair.
I know. But
all right, so I'm gonna
right now. Yeah, but
okay.
anyways, if you could just, when you get a spare minute or whatever, just peruse whatever.
I'll have time this weekend between being a father and taking care of the dog, working on the plans working on plans for the new set, working on the new morning show, and reading a 500-page book for somebody I'm here on Monday. I will do it. I'll do it.
It doesn't have to be tomorrow. I just threw that out because I'm like, I know eventually, like, you will go through it. It doesn't have to be before the election or whatever. I just need to know if that trail makes a lot of sense.
I will. Like, and you also need to get me a link on live, you or Thomas, when it comes to the debates tomorrow, because I want to put on the Canadian debates. So can you help me out with that?
I'll do with my one hand fingering. Yes, I will.
Wait. Thomas already sent it. Never mind. By the way,
okay, cool.
I have something that was just sent to me about Kilmar, Abrego, Garcia. I have confirmed that this is from the Prince George County Upper Marlborough. Olivia and I know Prince George County, and Maryland's very close to home. My understanding is that this was put on Fox News, but I got this, and I've confirmed that this is real. This is the actual petition for protection, the full disclosed document. I told him to give me his card to pay. He got angry, started insulting me. I only put a few dollars for gas once leaving there. He pulled out like crazy. I started recording because I was scared of the way he was driving. And because over a 1-year-old was in our 1-year-old was in the back seat in the recording, you can hear him yelling, insulting me, driving extremely fast. On May 4th, 2021, I was watching on my laptop and he yelled to turn it off. I told him I wasn't sleepy. He got angry, reached over, shut and threw my laptop on the floor, and the baby started to cry because he was putting pressure on him. My immediate, whoa, that was rough, lady, reaction was to push him off of us, and then he scratched me on my left eye, leaving me bleeding. That same day at 2:00, he came home and to say he was going out with a friend. I told him that I needed to go out to pick up some orders at BJ's. He got angry. BJ's, good restaurant. Yelling again for the point that he ripped my shorts and t-shirt off, and I ran to the bathroom. He rammed behind me, grabbed me by my arm. I have marks on my left arm as well. He left, came 12 p.m. I left my car parked in the neighborhood. And in the morning, I asked him for the key, and he said he wasn't going to give it to me because he had things to do. He said he was going to leave. He's scared. My kids are scared of him. Later called that our car wasn't anymore. At this point, I'm afraid to be close to him. I have multiple photos and videos of how violent he can be and all the bruises he has left me. Blah, 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 blah. It sounds like what a family man.
Outstanding human
being. The Maryland family man. Wow. I
want to go to El Salvador and help him. I'm so inspired. Here's the thing. The MSNBC and CNN giveth, and the real news taketh away. This guy is going to be dragged through the media, and they are going to expose him for everything he is. And Democrats, once again, will be backing a violent criminal. Mel, you want to say anything about this?
Well, him and Spartacus, because Spartacus is supposed to be going down there too to break him out of jail. So it should be fun. I can hardly wait.
Outstanding. Folks, that is going to be it. Mel, we love our gay North Dakotan people. I'll watch that video. We'll try to have the debates on tomorrow, at least some of it. And we love you. Thanks for calling.
Bye, Mel.
Thanks. Bye. Love you.
See you, kid. Love you too. Folks, thanks for watching the Donut Friendly Show. Amazing night tonight. You guys are fantastic. We appreciate the donations. Remember, Liv, when is our big show?
May 16th.
What time?
It is from 6 to 11.
Who's going to be there? Well, don't screw up.
I'm not going to say it.
I'm just saying, don't screw up.
Barry Morgenstein.
Yeah, Barry Goldstein.
Did you tell him you called him?
No, I'm going to tell him. I'm going to tell him. Like, I keep calling you Goldstein, dude.
We have got Damani Felder is going to be there. I think you said Ryan Samuels is coming on.
Ryan Samuels will be here. Jason will be here at 6
Jason
o'clock.
will be here. We got a few others. I'm working on one. You're working on a couple. So, which I need the updated list of which times are available so I can email her back.
I am going to go ahead and update that tomorrow, and I'll send it to you.
Yes, please.
We're working on Roseanne and Laura Logan. Hopefully stop by from Wimkin and say hello. That would be awesome to have them on the show for our big fundraiser. Folks, we appreciate you. Tomorrow night, it'll be myself and Leroy again. We'll be doing some Canadian debates. We cannot wait to see you. We appreciate you joining us for overtime. Please do me a favor. If you like the show, you're like, hey, man, I want to watch it again. And obviously a lot of you did because we have a shite ton of likes on the thread tonight. Just hit like and follow and share wherever you're at, whether Wimkin, Rumble, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, and subscribe. Make sure you stay with us. You don't have to give us any money. It's fine. You guys can do that later down the road or never. It's up to you. It'll always be free, but we do appreciate you. I already covered Megan Kelly Thomas. Already did it, buddy. Sorry. We did that.
Late to the party.
Did that in the first part of overtime. So, folks, thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow at 7 o'clock. We'll also have a morning video tomorrow, and we can't wait to see you. We appreciate you. Good night.
Shout out to my bestie in Arizona, Sarah, who's watching right now.
Hi,
Sarah.
Friend in Arizona, Sarah.
Happy friend in Arizona. Just a shout out. It's not her birthday.
Happy Arizona person, friend Sarah, to you. Happy Arizona person friend to you. Happy person friend Arizona Sarah to you, Sarah. Happy Sarah, Arizona to you.
And election coverage coming to you live on all major social media channels at The Dumb Show. Honest, direct, unfiltered. We can agree, we can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.